Last session, our adventurers traveled to the Western Gatehouse, a fortified jailhouse, guardhouse, and courthouse, which is currently housing Vayne's friend, Priesly Montagor, with the 200 platinum pieces in tow to pay his fine and stay his execution. On arriving, you gained entry and were granted the ability to speak briefly with Monty at the behest of Inspector Prickett, who was in charge of the case. He was not there when you arrived, but made to return once he heard of your arrival at the gatehouse. After dropping off your weapons and valuables, you were led down to the high-security cells in the prison, most likely as Monty's case has become quite the topic of conversation, and the high-security room was used both to protect him prior to his execution and prevent any outside forces trying to free him. Upon entering the cell, you found Monty sat behind bars and in little clothing. He leapt up to greet Vayne on your arrival. Roshana casted Zone of Truth over both he and Monty prior to Vayne's questioning of him. Unfortunately, it didn't take hold of either, so you were left to rely on your own insight, Vayne, as you continued your questioning. According to Monty, he has told you everything he knows and that he's being truthful, but you feel that he is still holding back. He could not give an explanation as to why Larima thought Voresh was with her when things went down, or any other reason aside from panic for why he brought the body from Gratzem all the way into Clancamrye. Dissatisfied with Monty's answers, Rook excused himself from the room and managed to convince the guard to come with, asking questions about the fine to be paid and the potential for others to try to rescue Monty. But, according to the guard, she was unaware of any fine that could be paid, given that she was told Monty was definitely set for execution. While Rook distracted the guard, Vayne tried to get some more information regarding Monty's brother, but Monty was adamant that he would not speak to you about his brother, stating he would take the reason for them not talking to the grave. Seemingly unable to pry any more information from Monty, you decided to head back up to the main level and wait for Inspector Prickett, who you, coincidentally, bumped into on exiting the stairwell to the cells. Inspector Prickett invited you into his office, where he clarified to you that, while the fine of 2,000 gold pieces was originally put in place, new information had come to light, and the evidence sworn on the case had decided that Monty was to be executed. You tried to reason with Inspector Prickett, however, he was adamant that it was not up to him, and the reason for his execution was not to be made public. After a few more questions and a bit of persuasion, Prickett asked his right-hand man to leave the room, after which he instructed you to visit the grave district for answers, as he could not deliver them to you himself. Vayne's promised that he would do whatever he could to save Monty. You left the inspector's office. Bumping into his guard stood outside. Rook inquired about your belongings, and you were led to a small office to pick up all of your gear. All the while, Prickett's right-hand man, Simone, chatted away to you and offered to accompany you back to the carriage. You soon learned that Simone wasn't just being friendly, as upon leaving the gatehouse and rounding the building to walk towards the carriage, Simone sidled up to Vayne and inquired if you had the money at hand that would have covered Monty's fine and afford you the opportunity to save your friend. Being naturally dubious of him, Simone relented to you, Vayne, that he was an underling to an acquaintance of Montagor's and potentially had the means to free Monty. With the 2,000 gold pieces and a few cleverly forged documents, Simone said that, on paper, he could make it look like the execution order had been dropped, back down to the fine of 2,000 gold pieces. And with the money in tow, the logbooks would be in order. In effect, Monty could be released very soon without Prickett's knowledge, only for him to realize on Kairnavi, the day of execution, that the order had been revoked. All of this, of course, seemed too good to be true, and Vayne asked more from Simone in terms of a guarantee that Monty would indeed be safe and released, and that he would not just take off with all the coin, as well as inquiring of the name of his boss, Monty's supposed acquaintance. Simone stated that the only guarantee he could offer was that the money would be used for Monty's release, evident by the fact that he would not be at the execution on Kairnavi, but could make contact with you, once free, if he so chose. He also stated that his boss's name was Sedek, but did not elaborate more on the goings-on, other than time was running out and that Vayne would need to make a decision quick. Stuck between losing all of his coin or losing his friend, the very man that had taken Vayne under his wing for over a year, Vayne handed the money over to Simon as the rest of the party looked on. The money quickly vanished on Simon's person, and he nodded, quickly gathering himself to return to the gatehouse and free Monty. Knowing you had done what you could, the party took the carriage over to the Grave District, somewhat conspiracy theorizing along the way about what Simon could actually be doing with the money instead of freeing Monty, as well as what you could possibly find in the Grave District that changed the punishment to execution so easily. You arrived at the Grave District to find one of the Vayne you had met previously waiting for you, to bring you down to where the body was located. You followed the Vayne all the way down to the forensics chamber, where a rather short and bright pink bow-decorated Vayne called Vede brought you into the room. She explained that Inspector Prickett had advised her to show you the body of the deceased found within Montagor's carriage, which led to the caravan's, including Vayne's, arrest, which started your adventure not 10 days ago. Vede pulled the metal drawer open to reveal a long slab inside, on which the remains of a man, roughly 5.5 foot in height, lay. The man was older, with new white hair growing along his head, beard, and mustache, just after what you presume to be dyed black hair. He had a lot of loose, almost papery skin, and his lips were chapped. Around the wrists and ankles as well, you noted that there were deep purple grooves where this man had been bound by rope. Still not much clearer on who this man was or why you were advised to visit here, Vede handed you, Roshana, the autopsy report, which read, "State of decomposition. Body has been deceased for approximately 2 weeks. This is speculative as the body was kept in a moving carriage beneath a wax tarp. The body shows significant signs of malnutrition, denoted by the obvious signs of osteoporosis and muscle wasting, achievable only through months of starvation. The body was also positioned with the hands tied and the legs tied for a significant amount of time, evident by the deep marks along the wrists and ankles. After examination by the grave cleric, it was deemed that this body belonged to Priesly Montagor, aged 59. Upon hearing this, Vayne more closely examined the body, although not wanting to believe it was his friend, and questioned the possibility that it could be someone else's. You eventually came to realize that this was the extremely malnourished and dehydrated body of your friend Vayne, Priesly Montagor, caravan master, and not at all how you remembered him, the sight now burned into your memory. You learned from the Vayne that Monty, or the real Monty, that is, was likely bound within the moving carriage for months, but they weren't entirely sure of the time frame. Given that the quote-unquote incident that the fake Monty had quoted as setting this whole thing off happened in Grazem roughly 3 months ago, Vayne believes that this was likely when the real Monty was bound up. After processing all of this new and harrowing information, you came to the realization that, as Roshana put it, we are fucked. The gentleman that you had come to rely upon, Vayne, as the caravan master, and the very man you had joined the Adventurers Guild and tried to gather the money to post bail for, was an imposter. And you had just given a rogue guard 200 platinum pieces to release said imposter from the gatehouse. You hauled ass back to the Adventurers Guild, Vayne wanting to speak with Luxon to quickly rectify your mistake, although certain that Luxon would call you all morons once more and laugh at you. On arriving at the guild, you spoke briefly to Clerk, only to learn that Luxon was not currently available. Rook stayed behind to speak with Clerk, as the rest of you dashed over to the Dullahan's head and persuaded Bal to call Baz down to speak with you, which he did, and Baz brought you into the back room for some privacy. After retelling the goings-on of your day, you asked a very baffled and very perplexed Baz for help. Given the trouble you were in, and not wanting Luxon Dudoy to find out about your little hiccup, Baz relented and offered to have a friend retrieve the gold you had given to the crook guard. Baz left Vayne, Kato, and Roshana within the Dullahan's head to stew, whilst Rook ordered himself a carriage, all the way back to the Western Gatehouse to see if he could catch up with Simon. Rook entered the gatehouse under the guise of wanting to get his real shovel back, and not the false one on his person. Though the guard at the front desk, Peggy, went off to find Simon for you, Rook took a little walk through the gatehouse and ended up stumbling upon Simon himself. You asked him about your meeting earlier. However, he seemed to have no recollection of what had transpired earlier in the day. Rook was about to turn around, counting the money as lost, before listening to his gut reaction and realizing that the man before you was definitely the Simone you spoke to earlier, and the very man who accepted the 2,000 gold pieces from Vayne. After a rather heavy-handed anecdote about shovels, Rook convinced Simon to return a hefty portion of the money, leaving it along with Rook's shovel out by the stables. Rook returned back to the guild and humbly announced to the rest of you that the majority of the gold had been retrieved. You quickly called Baz once more and asked that he call off his friend, who you assume was going to deal with Simon, whatever that dealing meant. With your immediate worries out of the way and your hearts calming within your chests, the reality of this situation sunk in, particularly for Vayne, whose dear friend he has realized is now dead. Baz plied you all with drink, as well as having a few himself, and you had a toast in honor of the passing of the real Priesly Montagor. Kato went to meditate, and Rook gandered over a few of the magic items you found earlier in your adventuring, whilst Roshana minded a very drunk and very loud Vayne, helping him back to his room at the end of the night. You each arose the next day, some much more worse for wear than others, and decided to distract yourselves from recent events, especially with your meeting with Luxon on the horizon. Rook went to Soko's to have a somewhat magical, yet broken, umbrella appraised. Upon learning on what it could potentially do, Rook decided instead to bring the umbrella to Lemedi, the guild's artificer, and made a deal with them to have it repaired. Vayne peeled himself off his bed and spruced himself up, while Kato and Roshana had some breathing time by the front steps of the guild building. You all gathered at Clerk's desk and picked up a probably quick delivery job to attend to before your meeting tonight. And that is where we will pick up. Okay, so you guys, I believe, are just leaving the Adventurers Guild. Is there anything you'd like to do beforehand, before you leave? Excuse me. That you haven't got around to yet.
Didn't someone want to go to a shop, or did they do that last session? I should know. I literally watched it like fucking 10 minutes ago.
I believe, Rook, you went to Soko Scrolls and asked about the umbrella that you have, and then you took it to Lemedi, who is one of the artificers here at the guild, and they have kind of taken it up and,
they're gonna fix it when we can buy it, but we're gonna hold off on making any big expenses until after our conversation with Luxon.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay, cool. That might have been it.
Sounds good. Alrighty. I think I'd know by now, because you've pretty much did it all last session. I think it's like an hour and a half to get over to the Grave Quarter to collect your delivery.
Yeah, I think it was between an hour and a half and 2 hours.
Yeah. We'll say 2 just for completeness sake, and it's much easier to keep a tab on things.
Half an hour.
Do in the carriage.
Vayne is going to be
Crying. What?
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 No, he's going to be he's going to have pulled out some parchment and he's going to be like writing some just like musical notes and stuff. He hasn't done it in a while, so
you're just drawing like crotchets and quavers on.
Lots of crotchets. Crotchets.
Okay.
It's the bard's equivalent of drawing a dick butt.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Is there a dispensary in the guild or beside it for the Colburn Chronicle or for the newspaper?
Not really. Clerk might have an idea of what's on it, but not necessarily. No, there isn't.
As we're traveling, I will keep an eye out the window and see if there are anyone selling it, and if so, I'll just have a stop briefly.
Actually, on that point, when we were in the square where Larimer was, and there was that town crier, did it look like they also does it look like they cry the news and they also give out newspapers, or is that two separate?
It does seem to be two separate things. So,
okay.
On that town crier, the guards that you saw, he definitely had it underneath his, in his armpit, basically. and he had
Yeah.
basically written down all the like bullet points
Main
of
moves,
the
yeah.
headings and such.
Okay.
But, yeah, I mean, the general store or the grocers might have it as well. I'm just thinking.
I'll
Does
keep
make
it in
sense. I've seen open all hours, and they did have newspaper.
God's sake.
mind. I'll wait until we get back.
Okay. So yeah, you take the 2 hours over to the Grey Quarter.
Occasionally, I'll just on the way there, just for like role playing purposes, Vayne will like write some notes and then sort of pluck a couple of strings on his lute and then scribble, and then write a couple more notes, just like coming up with his sonnets of depression and pain.
Oh, there's a new album coming out,
Angsty.
it seems. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
You're like Adele.
Think like My Chemical Romance: The Blank Parade.
Oh
Oh
no.
my god.
Yeah. We're at that level.
Of Sag.
Yeah, big Sag.
Should I keep an eye out for any stores that sell eyeliner?
Yes, and if possible, nail polish, black,
Yeah, okay.
ideally.
Okay, I'm gonna say I'll do that, but I won't.
That you appreciate it.
I will look out for a fantasy hot topic for you.
Oh no.
Well, it is.
Fantasy hot topic.
Where are you? You're traveling through the Travelers District. You might need to go to the Arcane District for that, where there's like all the students.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Someday you can be
I'm-
one of them.
We need to
have you
find
know, I'm
vogues
a
and
goth.
rogues.
Be an elder
Oh.
goth.
Fucking Vogues and Rogues. I like it.
Alrighty.
Okay. Right. Okay, let the depression sink back in. We're going to the Grave District.
hmm
Okay, we're ready.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Then a moment. Yeah, as you're like halfway through the journey, Vayne, like you just get to about here in the Travelers District. Let me see, roughly here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, can I?
Can you?
I was gonna put a little dot so we know where we are, but
It's
I
fine.
don't
You'll be
think-
passing through
Yeah,
pretty
I
quickly.
was gonna say I don't think it needed.
You're feeling a bit uncomfortable.
That's literally been the case since I got to Clancamrye, so you
Fair,
have to be
yeah.
more specific.
Roshana, you notice that Vayne, while he's drawing and writing and whatnot, he seems to be like scratching at his face,
hmm
just a little bit more than usual. He seems a bit anxious.
You okay there, Vayne? I mean, besides the obvious.
Am I okay?
You feel a bit
Ah.
itchy.
Do I have leprosy?
Go.
Like, have I caught something?
Have
I'm
you? Are
itchy.
you asking me or are you asking Roshana? Sorry. Want to clarify here.
I was asking Jesus if I've got leprosy. He seems the guy.
Who's
He-
Jesus?
Jesus.
Who's
What-
that?
The one that said that I was itchy. I'm itchy. Okay,
Why am I itchy?
Jesus, please explain. I just don't feel super great, but
No, because you're scratching a lot. Does he seem to have a rash?
Give me a perception check, please.
am I scaly?
19.
19. You do see like there are a few like little scratch marks now where he's kind of like mindlessly scratching at himself and causing damage.
Mhm.
But
I'm back.
the skin seems to be lightening a little bit.
Hmm.
And it
Did I start
turns-
taking meth last session? I forget.
Oh my god.
And, ooh, meth. Have you seen those ads? They're great.
Yeah.
No.
Look
They're
at
fucking
me,
amazing.
busy as a bee. Where did I get this energy? Ooh, meth.
Meth.
Ooh, meth.
That's fucking Classic.
I can't sleep and I can't eat, but I got the cleanest house on the street. Ooh, meth.
Meh,
Ooh, meth.
meh. Fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh my
Absolutely
god.
brilliant.
I'm not going to do the whole rendition. We'll get copyrighted.
Dude,
It's
like,
fine.
like, late 90s, early 2000s PSAs were fucking great.
But you do see the skin seems to be yellow.
Shit. My liver's gone into failure.
And I mean fluorescent yellow.
Guys,
Highlighter yellow.
are you seeing this too?
Seeing
That's
what?
strange.
He's turning yellow. At least
Okay,
when
I
he's
stepped away. So
scratching.
catch me up.
Can I... How do I feel?
Just a bit itchy and a bit
Wait, Vayne is turning highlighter yellow.
like his
Yeah.
face is, yeah. And you just feel itchy, and now it's just a bit paranoid that everyone's looking at you.
Can I do a medicine check to
Oh,
see if I
yikes.
know if it's a medical thing or not?
Sure.
Yeah, I am
I
no
cast
doctor,
guidance.
but I don't think that should be
23.
happening.
Yeah,
I
it
don't need to.
Sorry?
I was gonna say I cast guidance, but I don't need to.
Okay. It's definitely not something internal.
I won't
It's-
imagine he drank that much yesterday.
I'm gonna try and wipe it off.
Okay, you just reach over to Vayne and start rubbing at his face.
But what if
Yeah.
you rub on places he is still his own skin color, and that suddenly, because of imprint, turns the color, you know, with those toys?
Oh,
What?
yeah.
As a kid, like, you have those heat-sensitive toys that when you touch it...
Oh, yeah. And they always smelled funny.
Yeah!
Vayne doesn't know why everyone's looking at him. He's a bit itchy. But then Kato's like coming forward and trying to rub his face. So he's feeling a little bit uncomfortable. And you
I
can
went
tell
to-
that in his body language and reaction.
I want to hold up the flat edge of the scimitar as a mirror.
You do, and Vayne, you see now your face has just turned fluorescent yellow, as has like some of your neck as well.
Your sword's incredibly dirty. Wait, is that?
No.
I kind of touch my face.
Yep.
Oh.
And it's at this point
Oh.
you notice that the back of your hands are the natural purple, but you look at the palm of your hands and your fingers, and they are fluorescent yellow as well.
I'll pull out my like water skin and tell him to like cup his hands. See if you can. Does it come off? I
will
would.
try.
I would try, but I'm not gonna touch it.
Yes, I try and like rub it off, I guess.
You cup the water in your hands and like L'Oreal commercials splash it in your face and, try and scrub some of it off, and it's not budging.
That's strange.
Yeah, well, I mean, at least we're going to the right place. Can we get there sooner? They can do healing in the Grave District, correct?
How far out are we from it?
About an hour's drive.
I'm gonna die.
Can I look over? Like, does it seem like a natural thing, like a type of like fungus or like pollen or like
Am I going
like,
Super
what's,
Saiyan?
like what's going on here?
Give me a nature check, please.
Okay, I will cast guidance.
What check do I need to roll to check if I'm going Super Saiyan?
I
No,
think that'd be...
I'll add a +3 to that with Forge
Okay.
of the Benny.
Alright, bring up to 15. You've certainly heard of like certain herbs and whatnot that can change your appearance, but this is like nothing that you've seen before. Fluorescent yellow? Bit much.
This is very bizarre.
Yeah, you're telling me?
I do wonder if it's like a consequence of whatever you drank last night.
It was just
He isn't
wine,
the only
wasn't
one.
it?
I drank some of it too. Not as much, but
I look intently at Roshana's skin.
Is there any at on Kato's hands from when he tried to rub it off?
Both Vayne and Rook, give me a perception check, please.
Ooh, meth.
As you're looking, as you're looking at Kato's hands, Rook, there doesn't seem to be any difference, and nothing on like the sleeve where he was scrubbing Vayne's face either. Vayne, Roshana seems fine. There isn't anything different about her skin.
How come you're not yellow?
I don't know. I prefer not to look yellow.
So do I.
I know it's not your color.
Oh, great! Now I'm ugly.
This is strange.
It is.
I'd like to intimidate the yellow on my face to go away.
How do you do that? Please tell me.
Pointing.
Pointing at yourself. Okay.
Stop it. Get some help. Vayne is just going to try and ignore everything that's happening, wait till we get to the Grave District, and then seek medical attention immediately.
Hey, Vayne.
Yes.
You know that spell you have that lets you like figure out what magic stuff does? Can you like cast that on yourself?
I believe it's just an area, yes.
For detect magic?
Yeah, that one.
Sure.
Oh, wait, identify.
Identify, you could try that as well.
Well, we have the time.
Okay, I'll ritual cast detect magic.
Okay.
I got 10 minutes to kill with my yellow face.
Okay, just put a hop there. Oh yes, thank you.
Yes, visible creature or object. I don't know if I count as a visible creature. Can I see myself?
Well,
Yeah,
look
you
at
can see
own
your hands. Yeah, at the very least.
Okay.
And after casting detect magic, playing a little ditty on the lute, you do realize, in fact, that there is a slight aura coming off of your hands, and there's a slight glow now around your face. And after
Radiant.
yes, after concentrating for a bit, you realize this is transfiguration magic.
Transfiguration magic. Okay. I don't think I can use identify on myself because it says object specifically.
No, it has a paragraph about a creature.
Oh, does it? It just says object at the top, and I'm not an object because, you know, if you insta-touch a creature through
You are prison meat. That could be counted as a.
Okay, and
Oh my
object.
god.
Okay.
I mean, I wanted to bring it up, but
Okay.
I'll do it. Don't worry.
I will then detect magic.
Okay. Ritual casting again. I'm assuming?
Sorry, not detect magic. The other one. Identify. I will
yeah.
ritual cast. Yeah, I'll
I
ritual cast
presumed,
again.
yeah.
'Cause, yeah, we've got an hour to kill, and I'm panicking.
Okay.
More than
Set-
no, I don't know if more or less than yesterday. I'm just living in a constant state of panic. I think.
Mhm.
and depression.
Mhm.
Welcome to being an adventurer.
Yeah.
Yeah. After a while, like you're touching your face and holding the pearl, rolling it between your fingers. There definitely is something on your face and hands.
Oh, There is something on my face and hands.
which is causing the transfiguration
Did you touch something you should
and
not
the
touch?
itchiness.
There is something on my face. Is it money? Have I got money on my face and hands? Am I ravishing because of all the gold that I've got in my skin?
Of course, that's the first fucking thing that Vayne thinks of.
Well, I mean, so does Identify tell me anything about what it is specifically? It says I learn what spells, if any, are currently affecting it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a spell though.
It's not a specific spell, it's just an effect. And I've pretty much given you what it is. Basically, it's some kind of transfiguration effect which has made your skin yellow and caused you to feel itchiness on your skin and hands. And it is something that has been placed on your hands or your face as well.
Might it be because you actually touched fake Monty's hand when we were visiting in prison?
Did he touch your face?
No, Vayne touched his own face because he was scratching. But I think it would have taken effect sooner because we've been with him the whole time.
Wait, you think something that's infected Monty has infected me?
No, the fake Monty, because, I mean, he looks like Monty, he is not Monty.
Oh.
You touched his hand because you thought it was Monty. Like when you had your hands on the bars.
Hmm. Vayne ponders in a yellowish kind of way.
After about an hour or so.
Yeah,
Sorry, Vayne.
I'm.
What do you want to say?
No, it's fine. I'm just a bit like stumped. I'm confused.
Yeah.
I keep looking at him if anything else changes.
Yeah. As you're watching Roshana, and he does seem to have like almost a luminescence to him. He is glowing a little bit.
Radioactive.
I think you will not be needing night vision tonight. Dark vision.
At least.
I mean, you're glowing.
Thank you.
No, like you're actually glowing.
Yeah.
I can tell I'm blinding myself.
Yeah. After about an hour or so, you do eventually arrive at the grave quarter, or the gate to the grave quarter, I should say. The carriage pulls up outside, and the door opens for you.
I go straight in and seek medical attention.
Follow him.
Yeah. You wait for the bridge to be drawn down, and you see a couple of the Corvain are standing there looking at you. Yeah, what is your business?
Need help? I'm yellow.
We can see that, sir.
Also, we have requests about deliveries, but mainly yellow.
Right. You see the beak kind of swishes back and forth for a bit as he's looking about to see who's on call. Give me 1 moment, please. You see he
Quickly.
darts off for a bit. As the rest of you come to stand out on the bridge, Roshana, you notice as you kind of look off to the left, to where the river careens beneath you. The water's a lot lower today. And a lot more...
Is it a lot more yellow?
No. A lot lower and a lot more still. And you see that a couple of, almost gondola-esque boats have pulled up just outside what looks to be like a small door of some kind, much lower down in the wall than you had seen before. You see a number of Vayne are currently pushing the gondolas along with what look to be like large and long, quote unquote, bundles, so to speak, in the gondolas there with them. You do see one of them though. The Vayne looks up towards you and just starts waving frantically.
I go over, but I also motion for the others.
Yep. You see in this gondola there are 2 Vayne, one at either end with what is presumably a body between them, and you see the one of the Vayne at the back is like trying to pull the gondola over to this door. The other at the front just begins pulling towards the bridge frantically and looks over to you. Hi, I was expecting to see you here.
Yeah, we picked up a quest.
Oh, cool.
I'm yellow.
Oh dear, you are.
He's also very itchy.
Yeah, we don't know how this might have happened. Something to do with.
Right. Hold on. Daphne, can I go up with them, please? Please, we need to get the body in. Yeah, but he's yellow. You see the 2 Vayne, the 2 beaks just point up in Vayne's direction.
I am yellow.
Is this a common occurrence?
I've never been yellow before.
I'll be honest, I've
Not you.
Oh.
never seen that before in my life. Will you be able to pull me up? And this person puts her 2 black gloved arms up towards you.
Help her up.
Yep.
Them.
Yeah, it's a bit of a heave, but eventually you manage to get this individual up, and you see the other Vayne, Daphne, you presume, just starts pedaling the gondola back towards this little door lower down in the wall. See the Vayne begins brushing themselves off. Good to see you. Was expecting to see you here. Vayne, you're yellow.
I'm yellow and itchy.
Nice.
It's been a day.
Or 2.
Yes, and you see this tall individual throws their hood back, and you see the long black hair, and begins to unclasp the mask at the back. They pull it off to reveal Rani, the woman you met down at the Pandana Bakery.
With lovely buns.
What are you?
Sorry, what did you say?
The one with lovely buns.
What are you doing here?
I didn't explain. Sorry, I actually work here.
Huh.
You see her eyes
Okay.
trail onto Vayne. She goes, how did this happen?
I don't know, I just started turning yellow in the carriage and now I'm yellow.
Please. Jeez.
Yeah, it's a good question. I think it started with the itching and then the yellow spread.
Right.
Yellow's not my colour.
That is very apparent. Yes.
All right.
Oh my...
I think he touched something because I don't know. It's weird.
I could try something if you like.
It's
Please, anything.
Magic of some kind.
And now his voice is gone too. Okay.
Get a hold of yourself, man.
Sit down. Wait, please. I'll see if this works. And you see that she. Sorry.
Some people say the color yellow represents cowardice. Let's not let the yellow win. Vayne, sit down. Let the woman do her work.
I sit down. And I look at Rook with like a hump kind of face.
There's a brave boy.
This has been a very weird session so far. I see.
You turned yellow.
You turned me yellow in the first 5 minutes.
I didn't do
I-
shit.
I mean, he's looking like a yellow-skinned Ronald McDonald right now. So
Oh my god!
that's the image I'm having right now.
Roshana with the
My wonderful red hair has not been affected.
Oh, Christ.
Jesus. Roshana taking no prisoners.
I tell you, the Grey Quarter changes her.
It's
Jesus.
just fucking,
Oh my
like
god.
closer to the moon or something, and she just fucking sets her up.
Okay, so you see Ronnie pulls off this long black leather glove that has like gone past the elbows, and she undoes the buttons there and just peels it off. She goes, sorry, my hand's kind of sweaty. And she places her hand towards you, Vayne, and just touches the top of your forehead. And you feel like a little gust, almost like a little pinch on the top of your forehead where she touched you. And the rest of you are looking on, awaiting, and nothing changes. Well, you're not sick, thankfully.
Great.
Maybe it's
I
a curse.
Can I cast Disguise Self?
Yeah.
And make myself look normal?
Mhm.
Does it work?
It does work. Roshana, excuse me. But
Mhm.
you do notice that there is still that little glow from beneath that kind of makes it apparent that it isn't an illusion.
Sorry that it's.
Like, you can see that it's definitely the disguise self magic over Vayne.
Mhm,
It's like putting a light beneath a fabric that's like somewhat translucent. So
Okay.
you can see he's got like this image of himself, but there's light coming from behind it, from where the yellow is coming through.
You're still glowing.
I drop Disguise Self.
It was a good try.
Is there anyone that would know what to do?
Maybe we can visit what was that place called again where I dropped off the smoking box?
Hallowed Ball.
Yeah, we can go there. Maybe they will know.
Maybe.
If it's a curse, it's worthwhile going to a chapel. If it's
Mhm.
just some magical effect, perhaps a practitioner of the arcane would be the one to speak to.
Right. Well, I can bring you to the Ravens Chapel if you like.
Do you think they can help?
I mean, I tried. Maybe if it's a curse or something, they could do something for you.
Well, it's worth a try before we leave.
Yeah, right.
Also,
Curse is the only thing I can think of.
while we're at it, we do have this delivery request from the guild.
Oh, okay. Oh, so that's why you're here, not this. Pointing at Vayne.
No, this just happened on the way here.
I was about to say, there's plenty of other places that could probably help. Sure, who's it you need to speak to?
Korovin, yeah, Oz, Fractara.
Oh, Ozzy. All right. Yeah, sure. I'll bring you down.
Ozzy, Ozzy, Ozzy! Hello, glowing purple man.
You see the other Corvain that had spotted you first comes back with another Corvain in tow. Were you wanting healing? Yes?
If you can fix this, yes.
Well, I can try something.
I'm not normally yellow.
Yes, I'm sorry, dear. It's really not your colour. You see the other Corvain walks up to you and pulls out what looks to be like a holy symbol of the Raven Queen. And just tugs it around her neck, and you see it begins to glow just very faintly beneath her fist as she's clutching onto it, and then presses you again, just puts a hand on your cheek. And nothing happens. Oh dear. I was going to bring them to the temple. They're here to collect something from Ozzy. Okay. Adventurers Guild, I'm presuming.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Very well. Ronnie, please guide them to the chapel and to Ozzy. Yes, thank you. Follow me.
I look up at the stars.
It's like afternoon, but okay.
I'm leaning into something. Don't worry.
Mm-hmm.
Look how they shine. And I say to myself, look how they shine for you. And everything you do. And they were all yellow.
Oh my gosh.
Oh boy.
And that's my rendition of Yellow by Coldplay. You're welcome.
Right, well, follow me.
Off we go.
Mm-hmm. You see Ronnie throws up her hood again, kind of just casually carrying the Vayne mask beside her.
How long have you worked here?
About 4, 5 years now, I think.
Does working in the Grave District lend itself to baking?
Kind of. It's complicated. Sorry, I should have explained. Well, this kind of goes to explain why I was questioned on the public's day.
It does make a little bit more sense.
I do dabble in some of the practices here. I attend the Arcane Academy, but kind of drawn to the Grave District, and I do love baking a lot. I'm not very good at it, but Pandana took me on to do a lot of the heavy lifting. So that is kind of, supplementing my studies.
Yeah, I see.
I'm sorry I didn't share this with you earlier. It's just
Oh no.
Oh, don't be silly.
No.
It's your own personal life.
I couldn't really. It's not that I didn't want to tell you. It's just yeah.
You're not obligated.
Thank you. Chapel's here. I could see if.
I will light the way.
All right. Is he always like this?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
No, I'm not. I'm never yellow.
Sorry.
I think she was referring to the melodramatic nature.
Oh, yes. No,
Rook, once again, say what we're all thinking.
I could see if Mr. Dufont is here.
Yeah.
And you see she walks into the chapel just a few steps before you, Vayne, and just goes, Mr. Dufont!
That is certainly one way to ask if someone is in the vicinity.
Yes. And you hear right behind you, Vayne, the yes, as he disappears behind you. Oh, you're looking very yellow.
I'm yellow.
How did
I
this
smack
happen?
him. Get a hold of yourself, man.
People keep telling me it's not my color.
It's really not.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And I am from a place where color is devoid, but this is quite garnish on you.
Thank you,
You're
This
welcome.
just happened randomly when I was in the in the carriage on the way here.
That is most strange.
It's itchy and it's yellow, and I don't want it anymore.
Itchy, you were saying?
Oh, yes, it also glows. I don't know if you could tell.
Did you happen to apply something to your face?
Didn't you put your lotion on?
Oh, son of a bitch.
I guess this will be an allergic reaction.
Or a joke.
I'm thinking the latter. Indeed. And he turns towards you, Rook.
Depends. Where did you get the lotion from?
Shit, where did I get the lotion from? I'm just looking through my different sessions. That was a long time ago.
Wasn't it like near session 1 or 2 or something?
It was a while ago.
You can give me a history check if you want to speed it up.
I would like to give it. Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, go for it.
Oops.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You seem to recall a certain little circus tent where you played Lucky Dip.
I fucking fucks. Ugh.
Luxury Lotion, I believe it was called.
Yeah. Luxury lotion. Yeah.
So
yeah, the circus.
might just have to wait until it leaves your system then.
Excellent. Well, I'm glad this is a subtle way of... As he itches his face. I'm glad this is a
Well-
subtle way of delivering messages.
Could buy a mask.
And hide my face.
Precisely.
Doesn't really help with the glow.
Wasn't the?
I mean, sure. If it's a physical barrier, it may.
Wasn't the Lucky Dip manned by that fellow who looks after Poobell?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, this is on you.
And I would like to say
What?
this out of character. Actually, it's not on me. It's on the person that reminded me that I had the fucking stuff in the first place. A certain DM.
I have no
It's up
idea
to
what you're
you
talking
to
about.
apply it.
Prompting me to apply said
Well,
lotion.
it's on you to be so easily led into traps.
Yeah.
Fair point.
Well,
Well,
now that
I
this
guess
is not so much of a
Yes.
concern,
'cause it's-
perhaps we should move on to our delivery.
Mhm.
Yes.
Indeed.
I was brought here for this. My apologies, Mem. We thought he was
I
cursed
am
or something.
incredibly
Yes.
sorry. It was there was worries.
Right. Well, it was good to see you all. I hope your complexion comes back to you soon.
Me too.
Right. With all due respect, please leave. You're brightening up the chapel a bit too much.
I bow and then exit the chapel.
Thank you for your time.
You're most welcome.
I'll make my way out as well.
You see, Ronnie just bows her head slightly and just hurries off after you, Rook.
Hopefully that didn't embarrass you too much, Ronnie.
No, he's usually fine.
Oh, he's very nice.
He is, yes. This was. He'll laugh about it later. He's just under a lot of pressure right now.
Terrifying.
A little bit.
Well, hopefully this doesn't damage your reputation.
I don't think so. No? She looks a bit quizzical and then just keeps walking.
As always, it's my reputation. I wouldn't worry. She's held in the most high esteem.
If this plays a large role in what people's opinions of you are, then you probably don't want to know those people.
Exactly.
Relatively minor.
It's a nice way to put it.
Just use it as a conversation starter.
Yes, we should be past the crematorium soon. And you do see in the distance that the building's off to your right. You do see a couple of large chimneys that are perpetually giving off very light smoke.
I don't know how things work here really in the Grave District, but is there a particular division that this Coravin, you said Ozzy, Fractara, do they handle, just so we might know what we're getting ourselves into?
Oh, okay, so Ozzy tends to deal with, how do I put this? The more artsy side of death.
Hmm.
Okay, so those who wish to be cremated, they are done so in the crematoriums here, and she sweeps her hand in the direction of the chimneys. But there are some folks who want their ashes to be, I don't think encased is the word, but molded, let's say.
Molded.
Yes. It is an accepted practice here in Clancamrye. I'm not particularly knowledgeable about it, but she is. So, oh, it's here. She takes a turn into what looks to be like a almost brownstone brick building. It's kind of set off from the rest, and you see that the slate tiles on top of the building itself are kind of mismatched, and some are falling, but they've been kind of held in place by little bits of moss that is still sticking about. There does seem to be an aligning chimney on one side that is in a line with another chimney to one of the crematorium buildings. And she just pushes forward on the wooden door and it creaks open. And inside you are hit by the scent of clay. And you see a large open space. The walls themselves seem to be covered in different porcelain statues and what also looks to be like death masks. So impressions or just castings of people's faces before death. You see a large kiln just as you walk in, and you feel the immense heat that's coming off of it. You see Ronnie stands off to the side to let you all in. And
Enter.
The death masks glow a hue of yellow.
just slightly, it catches them with, you can see the long shadows from their faces. It gives it quite a more spooky presence than they would have had before.
I'm here for the ambience.
You're one of those little Halloween lanterns that, yeah.
The little jack-o'-lantern thing.
Yeah, you get from the two-hour shop or Poundland.
Yeah.
Close for recently. The far end, you hear what sounds to be like a pedal being pushed, and the continuous like wet slap of clay. As you see at the far end, a very small woman, very thin and frail, with this white bobbed hair, these pointed ears passing by, and you just see like what looks to be like crowning horns, quite similar to yours, Vayne. You see at the far end, this tiefling individual seems to be molding something into shape on a pottery wheel. Oh, hello. Hold on for a moment. You see she slows the wheel down and kind of just crumples the clay that she was molding at that time. What can I do for you?
We're here for a delivery.
was about to say, don't answer all at once, guys.
That's like okay. I will say it.
Okay,
We're here to deliver something from you, I believe.
Oh,
We're from the Adventurers Guild. My apologies. I'm not normally this yellow.
I was about to say, that's rather impressive.
Oh, you're the first person to say that. Thank you.
Righty. Delivery. Right. She stands up for a second and she moves over to a table, and you see numerous boxes that she just begins lifting up and putting off to the side. Oh, delivery, she says. Yes, here it is. She lifts up this very, very small box. She goes, this is a good question, actually. Do you have a bag of holding of some kind? Something that can transport this? It's
He's
important.
got a fanny pack.
How big is the box?
It's, where's my ruler?
Oh, well,
You actually got it in front of you.
No, but I'm really bad at measurements and all that. Unless it comes to peanut. What? Nothing. It's roughly like 6 by 2 by 2.
You were gonna say peanuts, right?
Yep, 6 by 2 by 2 inches.
Mm.
So yes,
Yeah,
it could be a penis.
Well, there you go.
A little small, don't you think?
Hey.
Oh my.
I think we have something that we could store it in.
Oh, brilliant.
Is it delicate?
Yes, which is why I was hoping that you might have a
How
bag
heavy
which-
is it?
Pocket dimension.
Yes, a pocket dimension would be perfect actually for storing and transporting it. And you can hold it. It's not dangerous much, but it should be fine. It's not light at all when you take it in your hands. It's not heavy at all. What am I saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not light
Oh,
at all,
heavier than-
or heavy at
heavier
all.
than-
Oh my god!
It's about the weight of a ton of feathers. Singularly, very light, but together, still a ton.
I'll take it, hold it, see that it's relatively light and should be able to fit in no problem.
Oh yeah.
Hand it to Kato and then just say, right, stick it in, and I'll just use my own hands to like hold up wide the fanny pack across my chest.
Sure.
There's some.
Well-
Yeah, I'm not even gonna fucking touch that.
Shush.
Oh my god!
I will put the item into the fanny pack.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep. This is the thing that is happening.
It's awkward to like get your hands.
Yeah, yes, it is awkward. As everyone else is standing around, while Kato manhandles something into your fanny pack.
Where does this need to go?
To go? Oh, it needs to go in the pocket dimension.
Where does it need
Where
to be delivered
are we
to?
delivering?
Oh, sorry. You see, she rushes off to grab a book. And Rani kind of turns to you. She goes, "Sorry, she's usually in her own little world."
She's delightful.
That's fine.
You see, just by looking at her, this is almost like a porcelain white-skinned tiefling with black eyes, very reminiscent of Baz's. In that it's just black sclera, black pupil, black everything. Sorry, black iris, I should say.
Oh, mine is silver.
Mm-hmm.
Against the yellow skin. Yeah, that's a look.
It's less noticeable when it's not purple. I'll give you that.
Hmm. And the red eyebrows. Oh my god, you are Ronald McDonald.
You only just realised. Yeah, I am. I'm gonna paint my face white, and then we're good.
You just need the lipstick
Put
now and to dab on
Red
your nose.
lipstick. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. I'm gonna open up a franchise.
You see, Ozzy returns at this point, and she goes, Okay, so it's going to a Miss Francine Dubois in the northern thoroughfare of the Eastern District.
Oh, that's a lot closer than I was. Good.
I see.
Do you want to write that down, Vayne, just so?
The northern thoroughfare of the something in the Eastern District.
Yep.
Is it? Choose file. Wait, choose file? I don't want to choose a file. What?
Oh, is this for the
can't- Oh, I right underneath. I'm smart. Okay.
news?
Northern thoroughfare. Thank you. Of the Eastern District. What was the second bit you said? Thank you.
It's Mrs. Francine Dubois.
Francine Dubois. As in
Yes,
Duboi?
Yes. Yep.
Excellent.
Is this like a relation of hers?
Yes. This was her husband.
Who is it now?
It's
Sorry.
it's still her husband. Yes. Unless there's been a mix-up. You see her eyes narrow, furrow, and she becomes quite. You see, she becomes a little bit jittery. I definitely.
I'm sure it's definitely him.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. No, I didn't make the same mistake as last time. Right. How much is the quest? Sorry, I
100 gold.
Oh, bollocks. I don't have that on me at the moment.
Do you not just put it through the guild?
Oh, you're right, I did. Sorry about that. Is there anything else you need?
No, if unless there's anything we need to tell this Miss Dubond, other than this is her
Dubois.
husband, or used to be. Dubois, sorry.
Dubois.
No, there shouldn't be. She should be expecting it. She made the request.
Alright, we'll be on our way.
Thank you.
Very nice to meet you.
You too.
I'm not normally yellow. Goodbye.
Good day. Nice to meet you too. And she gives a nod to Rani, and she sits back down again, begins stretching the clay once again, and turning into form as she steadily pushes the pedal back into motion, and the wheel begins to turn.
Just start making our way out then.
Rani closes the door behind you as you leave. Right. Yeah, is there anything else you'd like to do here? I know it's a bit of a hassle getting in. Is there anyone you'd like to visit, or? Sorry, I don't know.
We were just in yesterday. Yeah,
Oh, right.
I think we've seen all we needed to see in here for the moment.
Yes.
Very well. I can bring you back up to the front if you like.
Do
Thank you.
please. Thank you.
Grant. Yeah. She walks you back up to the gate. Is there anything you'd like to do in the meantime?
Don't think so.
Right. You see the swirling mess as you pass by. A couple of the figures in the mist do stop to stare at you as you walk by.
I wonder why. Are they shouting over? Yellow's really not your colour.
Session name, it was all yellow. Roshana, you do feel like an additional set of eyes on you.
Look
Like,
around.
I say additional in
Uh-huh.
the sense that it's not just these ghostly
Uh-huh.
figures that are looking at you. Just give me a perception check, please.
Alright, 11.
11. Yeah, you feel the back of your ears like turning red. But it's probably just a feeling. It's rather spooky here.
I'm trying to think if the lotion rubbed off on me.
As you take a look down at your hands and everywhere else about you, basically. No, you seem fine.
Okay.
You do see that Kato's hands are starting to glow, though.
Kato, Kato, Kato,
Yeah.
you should wash your hands. With
Oh,
soap.
great.
Kato, as you look down, especially on your right hand where you had like tried to rub at Vayne's cheek, it's seems to have transferred over a little bit.
I will put on gloves.
Good idea. Eventually, you arrive back at the gate, and Randy turns to you. Right, well, this is it. Best of luck.
Thank
Thanks.
you. Have a good day, Ronnie.
Yeah, you too. It was good to see you.
Likewise.
Yes.
Thank you, and apologies for taking you away from your duties.
Oh no, you're fine. I was Daphne's not the best talker anyway, so don't tell her I said that. I'm gonna go. Okay, bye.
Oh well.
And she waves off to you as she begins sprinting back towards the buildings.
Well. Carriage.
Let's.
Can we find a carriage?
Yeah.
Carriage has been waiting for you, given that this is
okay.
a long journey that
Guild
you have to
carriage.
make, and it's been embarked by the guild. So,
Okay.
and it was just picking up the delivery anyway. So it left there. Shouldn't be too long.
17 hours.
God, I got the wrong road. My God.
Yeah, you want to go? You want to go? Whoa. Is it not quicker to go? Is this Eastern? Is this Temple? Is this Merchant?
That's merchant. Yep.
Uh,
So we'll say Rook has the map. He takes it out. And the Northern Thoroughfare is up here. Not pinging.
Wait,
God,
Northern?
thank. So the Eastern
Northern.
District with the Northern Thoroughfare Road is up here.
oh, is that whole thing the Eastern District?
Yes, it is.
Yeesh. Big old fucking district.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the Northern District then?
There is no Northern District.
Oh,
The
plot thickens.
Yep. So yeah, it takes me
Okay.
roughly about 3 hours to get there.
Cool. I will start writing my sonnet again. While itching my
Oh
face.
boy.
It's a lot of sore bums today as your carriage is going through the district again. You're starting to become a little bit more acquainted with this district. You see the airfield off to the right. Here, as you're
Airfield.
as you're passing by it.
Hmm.
There, it is like a large wall of some kind, wrapping around it, but you do see the tops of what look to be like airships and the like. Even amongst the different housing and industrial estates that are here, you see that people have started putting up what look to be banners and I can't think of the bloody word. bunting. There we go. Banners
Bunting?
and yeah, and looks to be like a festive bunting. Numerous different flowers and flower pots have been put on display. It looks to be like the Good Fortune Festival is coming around soon, and people are already beginning to celebrate. Just a little bit of light in the usual grey and dark district as you're passing through.
Imagine being so dumb to think good
Ooh.
fortune actually exists.
He
Wait,
really-
what are they celebrating again?
I mean, I would say that with a yellow face as well.
Yep. Yep.
The Good Fortunes Festival Kato is coming up.
Oh. Hmm. Hmm. Good fortune. This party. Dubious.
You can have
Listen,
both.
I've had nothing go wrong for me yet.
Okay, we say this, but Roshana, you were so
Yeah.
fucking close to death at one point.
Shh. But we forget this. We forget this.
You quite quite literally almost drowned
Fine.
in the
It's fine.
sewers.
Listen, at least I'm not traumatized by being yellow.
Yeah, that's the main thing that traumatized him.
I'm gonna have to like turn the Teletubby thing around.
Yeah, I am now.
Lala.
Whatever. Oh, the other one. Yeah, Lala.
Okay, Kato, you are now Tinky Winky.
Tinky Peepee.
Yeah. So as you're passing by the airfield and the different housing estates, you also spare a glance over to the Western Gatehouse, where not Monty is currently residing. And remember the fact that his execution is tomorrow.
Hmm.
You collected all that money within a rather short amount of time, but is it now for naught?
Yep, rub it in.
You know, the money can be used for snacks to watch tomorrow.
Which is true.
Or you can use the money to get the armor I was looking for.
I mean, that's true.
Really nice stones to throw at the corpse.
Yes.
Do we think it would be worthwhile to have another conversation with the inspector, and then maybe see if we can speak to this other Monty again, with the knowledge that they're absolutely not the real one?
It could be an idea.
Yeah.
I
Not
don't
sure
know
that
what
I want to see him.
I don't know what information they've gained, but this imposter does seem to want to continue to keep up the front.
Hmm.
Yeah. Maybe
mean-
after we've done this quest, we can go and see him.
He doesn't know that we know.
Which is true.
That
Yes,
could be
but-
used.
The inspector knew, and I would assume it would come up in their line of questioning. If you've got a suspect that is continuously claiming to be a certain individual, you know, if you want him to be honest, maybe catching them out on a lie is the way to do it, but if they're still claiming to be Monty.
Well, yes, but I think what Roshana meant was that he doesn't know that we know that he's not Monty.
Exactly.
So perhaps we could use that to our advantage.
Hmm.
It's worth some thought, but perhaps we should wait until after our conversation with Luxon.
Perhaps.
I mean, then again, the
actually, that's the
execution is
point.
tomorrow.
Yes, but I also am yellow.
You
and
are
we're
yellow.
we're supposed to be doing like subtle things tonight, I believe. So, not sure how that's gonna work. I'll have a shower when I get back and hope this rubs off.
Use soap.
What else would I use in a shower?
I mean, I don't know. Just use more than you normally use.
I will try.
So it's not long before you coast over the bridge, and you see the large shipyard. This is the King's shipyard. The King's shipyard here, which then it goes into the Harbour Bay Sea, just above it. Remember, it was roughly around here that you met Morona, one of the little goblins. Who have become friends with the little silver crab, or the pale crab, I should say. The silver seeding krill, pale crab. There we go. And you take a turn down onto the northern thoroughfare. The carriage driver knocks on the window, looking back into the carriage, and goes, "Where do we stop?"
I wrote it down all further. Miss Francelle de Bois' house. Did you tell me the street name?
Yep, the northern thoroughfare.
Because I asked the second time, and you just said the northern thoroughfare.
Yep, the northern thoroughfare in the Eastern District.
Oh, so it's just the northern thoroughfare?
Yep.
Oh, well, then that, I say that to the person, the driver. Oh, just the northern thoroughfare?
Well, we're on it.
Oh.
We don't think we were told exactly which house we may need to ask around.
Right, will I stop here?
Is
yes.
this the first house of the northern thoroughfare, or at the
I can
very
turn back,
beginning?
if you like.
Then we can maybe ask here
Yeah, we'll ask her
Split
and
up.
then we'll go from there.
and go either way.
Right, I'll stop here then. And carriage comes to the stop, and the door opens for you.
I am going to disguise self just to try and bring the glow down a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
Just not like, fully, but just to make it less garish.
Yeah.
Because we're delivering someone's deceased husband.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I feel like bright yellow is
Yeah, it's not the color.
yeah. So I'll disguise self to me that is not yellow with like a black kind of posh suit. For
Okay.
Roshana, you are unexpectedly sassy today.
It's the moon.
What phase of the moon? What phase is the moon in?
Hold on, I'll tell you right now.
sassy. Crescent sassy.
Well, funny you should say that. Mana, the smallest of the moons and the one's closest to you, she is currently in her full phase.
Oh my gosh. No, next time we talk to your parents, need to ask if you get sassy during the full phase.
Just watch out for the next moon.
Oh boy.
You
So yeah, discarriaging. I will make a nice black sort of kind of undertakery suit.
with a glowing head.
With a glowing yellow face. But I've tried to make it as not yellow as possible. I know it doesn't work, but I'm trying.
Okay.
And I'll go around and see if there's people in the in the street.
Yeah, and you see that this is it's a very wide road. You presume in the past it was probably used for moving a lot of shipping materials. Those were being shipped, and those that were being used to build the ship as well. It's a long stretch of road, and there's plenty of people about. Some on their horse and cart, others are just walking about. You see a couple of people are sweeping their front doorsteps.
The houses here, is there any sort of like insignia or numeration on them? Like, do they have post boxes with family names on the side, or like what's the aesthetic?
You take a brief look, and these seem to be like tall townhouses, so there could be a couple of apartments actually in the above the main floor. Doesn't seem to be post boxes as there are letter boxes, so just to push it in through the front door basically. There does seem to be a couple of numbers here and there, but they aren't in logical sequence.
Should I
Seems that
just
some have adopted them and some have just not.
nice. Should I just ask loudly?
Maybe ask the nearest person.
Okay. I'll walk up to the nearest person.
Already?
Excuse me.
Hello.
Yes, I know I'm not normally yellow. Hello. Do you happen to know where Miss Francine Dubois lives?
Miss Francine runs the tea shop.
Oh, can you point me in that direction, please?
Yeah, and he points far down the road, and through a bit of squinting, you can see that there does seem to be like a hanging sign outside.
Excellent. Thank you very much. What's the name of the tea shop, out of curiosity?
Francine's tea shop.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you very much for your help. I'll go back to the carriage. And kind of gather everyone and say, she owns a tea shop just down there, so if we want to jump in the carriage and go down there, let's...
Sounds like a good plan.
Alrighty. You hop on in, and carriage driver kind of whoops as he steers the horses.
Francine tea
back
shop,
into-
please.
Right. As he steers the horses down the road. And yeah, sure enough, you see what looks to be a rather nice establishment. Again, these are rather narrow townhouses, but the height kind of makes up for the lack of space on the main floor. The building beside it, though, does seem to be somewhat dilapidated. The roof seems to have caved in at some point. But you do, in fact, see this little brown wooden door leading in. Seems to have like a nice little window pane decoration at the front, with a hanging sign that says in rather nice calligraphy, Francine's tea shop.
I will walk up to the front door. Does it look open?
Seems to be.
Okay, I'll walk in.
You push on the handle and you hear the little ding-ling-ling as the bell above the door rings. You look inside and it's surprisingly warm, but rather barren. Establishment. Doesn't seem to be any patrons in here at the time. But there are a number of different little tables and seats set about.
Okay. Is there a person behind the tea counter?
Not currently, no.
Can I walk up to the counter?
Mm-hmm.
Is there like a ding-a-ling-a-bell?
Doesn't seem to be, no.
I will just wait.
Alrighty. What are the
And if I'm
rest of you
waiting
up
for
to?
too long, I'll like shout.
Okay. What are the rest of you up to?
I'm just standing with behind Vayne because I've got the package. Does it look like it's we're within operating hours?
Yeah, seems to be. Well, the door's open at least. There isn't any like plaque or sign that says open during such and such hours.
Is there like a doorway or a stairwell that might suggest that there's like her like domicile is above this particular shop? Or
As you're looking past the front counter, there's like a little door, and just past that, you do see like the end of a stairwell. And just above you, you do hear a little bit of creaking, which suggests that there might be somebody upstairs.
I'll just knock heavily on the counter.
Radio. And after a moment or so, you hear, "I'll be down in a moment."
Take your time.
No rush.
Yeah, and you hear the creaking of wood again, and you do see a little bit of dust filters down from the rafters above. As
I'll take this opportunity before she gets down to take out the box.
already. And she creaks her way down the stairs, and you see this rather hunched over older woman, human. And she's got a small set of small little spectacles in front of her, and she's kind of peering through them. Sorry to keep you waiting.
That's okay. Thank you very much.
What can I do for you?
And I look around. We are completely like there's no one else in the shop, is there?
Doesn't seem to be, no.
Okay. We're here on behalf of the Grave District to deliver unto you the remains of your husband.
Oh.
Yes. And I'll sort of sidestep and kind of gesture to Rook, who's holding the package.
You are Miss Francine Dubois, aren't you?
Yes, that be me.
Okay. Just had to make sure. I'll present the box on the counter in front of us.
Oh, lovely. And you see that, like, her line of vision doesn't actually reach the top of the counter. So she
Oh, jeez.
hooks her cane off to the side on the top of the counter, just like hanging there precariously before she reaches up with shaky hands and takes a hold of the box and then begins to pull it down. A lot smaller than I was expecting.
Sorry, say that again?
He was a lot smaller than I was expecting.
Wait.
Oh, well, yes, it's made easier for you, obviously.
Nice.
We couldn't really comment on the craft. We're just here to deliver.
Okay, very well. Thank you very much.
But we can assure you that the craftsmanship is top notch
Right.
and with
Right.
utmost care and respect.
I haven't seen any other examples, so I can't say the same, but I assume.
I kick Rook in the leg.
Oh, why?
Right. Would you mind if I got one of you to open this? My fingers are a bit sore.
Sure.
Yes.
She places it back on top of the counter again.
I'll go about opening it.
And you see that it
there-
is tightly packed.
Like, Rook will put his like hands on it ready to start, and then he'll just stop and think for a moment. And he'll just like turn to Vayne and say, "She better have put it in this box." And I'll start opening it.
Okay. Yeah. And you see that there has been a lot of tape of some kind. It seems to have like a very gummy backing compared to like a smooth front, but you begin pulling and tearing at it. And eventually you do get it off and then begin to unroll this rather tight box, which seems to be made of like some kind of paper mache, actually, of some kind, but it's been enforced with some kind of either wood or cardboard, maybe, or something. You're not entirely certain of the makeup of this box, but you unpack it, begin to remove the hard shell, and then begin removing all this paper exterior, and you pull it out at the very end, and you see what looks to be a small little chess piece. A white bishop.
Does the counter go? Is there like a section of the counter where you can walk around behind?
There seems to be. There's a latch off to the side, which you'll just have to lift up. But yeah, it doesn't seem to be locked of
Yeah.
any kind.
Rook will swing that up and then go around and just kneel down and hold it with the piece still in the box, just having the stuff on top of it removed.
Yeah.
So they can.
Yeah, she looks at you first and then looks down and she goes, "Oh, isn't that lovely?
It's very nice.
I could be very pleased with that.
Hmm.
Oh, thank you
I
very
don't know
much."
if there's. Okay. You're welcome.
Sorry, we didn't want to say something.
No, it may not be appropriate. I don't know. I'm unfamiliar with how this works.
Well, I'm only learning now too. This has never happened to me before.
Hmm.
You see, she reaches forward and takes the box off from you, Brooke, and then just very shakily picks up the little bishop between her fingers and between her finger and her thumb, and just inspects it, rotates it in her hand.
As she's like inspecting it, Rook will very slyly just like move some of the whatever was underneath the piece just to see if there's more pieces.
Yeah.
Because he's just confused at the idea of a single chess piece.
Yeah, you pull at the like the tissue paper or packing paper, whatever has been used, and no, just seems to be the one chess piece.
Well, if that'll be all.
Oh, yes. Would you like some tea?
What kind of tea do you provide?
We stock all kinds, but Earl Grey is the favourite.
Have some Earl Grey.
Yeah, guys.
Sure.
Give me a moment. I'm going to pop in on the mantelpiece. I'll be back in a
Yes.
jiffy.
Take your time.
Yeah, and she slowly begins to hobble back up the stairs again. You hear each and every creak.
As she goes out of like earshot, Rook will just lean over to Vayne and just say, "So, are you supposed to like collect pieces? I don't find other people who've had family die and make a board."
Honestly, I have no idea. You would have to be very pessimistic to try and come up with an entire chessboard for that.
Yeah, I just didn't know if like when she dies, does she get turned into a piece, and then that's passed down to the next family member, and then just over time. I don't.
Perhaps I'm not familiar with this custom at all.
Hey, Roshana, do you know anything about turning people into chess pieces?
Do I?
Did you? Are you asking me?
I-
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm asking you.
It's bizarre. It's not something that you've really come across before. No.
No, for me, this is a little weird. But, I mean, if this is her way of coping.
Yes, exactly. I mean,
I got the sensation that she had done the bulk of her mourning already.
I mean, anything can be a part of mourning.
Strange as it seems, I mean, a little token to remember him by.
Exactly.
Oh, I've got no issue with something for sentimental value. I was baffled by the idea of an incomplete chess set.
No, I'm fully there with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to apply logic to it.
I'm going to assume that he had a set, but he was missing one of the horses, and that just fits in there somewhere. That's me.
Why would he be missing a horse and then turn into a bishop?
Was it a bishop or
Yeah,
was it a
it was
knight?
a white bishop.
Oh, sorry. I in my head I thought it was a knight. No, sorry.
Maybe he was a bishop. Who knows? Well, as long as she's happy and the quest is done.
Oh.
And we get some tea.
Roughly what time is it?
Unless she's fallen asleep upstairs.
We'll say it's roughly noon at this time. Wait, no, is it 2 hours to get there? So that'd be 10. We'll say it's roughly 1:30.
Okay.
And eventually she does come back down the stairs again, and you hear a kettle whistling in the background as she approaches again. I'll have the tea out for you shortly.
Thank you very much.
Would you like some biscuits?
I'm okay for the time being, thank you.
Are you alright?
Yes, I'm not normally yellow.
Okay, I was about to say, why would you get that
Yeah,
checked?
it was a prank played on me, unfortunately, and I do apologize. It's unbecoming of someone delivering something of such sentimental value.
Oh, no, it's not your
to
fault.
be yellow.
It's not your fault.
Now, out of curiosity, is there a story behind the bishop?
Yeah. He liked playing chess.
Makes sense.
I thought it was better to have him here than over in the grave quarter.
Yes, nice to have him close by.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was a while, actually, before he came. I heard
Oh?
the lady who works in there, she's very busy.
They seem to have a lot of stress.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I think she's one of very few of this particular craft. And if you're doing it for the whole city, then I imagine that builds up a bit of a backlog.
Oh, I heard she does the city and beyond.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yes, must be very busy. But as we could see, it's a fine piece of work.
I think you'd be happy with it. Right?
Yes, yes.
Your tea's ready.
Oh, thank you.
And you see on a
Thank you.
rather nice silver tray, she's placed forward these very floral teacups and a matching teapot, and hot water is being poured in. And she goes, "That's for yourselves. There are
Thank you very
biscuits if you
much.
want them."
How much do we owe you?
No, it's fine. You delivered back my hubby.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You're very kind.
Should we be in the area again, we'll make an effort to pass by your establishment on
Oh.
non-business terms.
Oh, do.
And I'm glad we could reunite you.
Yeah.
How long have you been running this business?
Oh, about 62 years.
Very impressive.
Thank you. She says, like, peering, she's obviously on her toes, or she's grabbed the stool or something to peer over the counter at you, Vayne. And she goes, I think I've heard of your prank condition before.
Oh?
Yeah. There's a little shop down the road. It's down one of the alleyways. All the kiddies go there and spend their money.
Oh, I see. They might have a way of stopping it.
I don't know about that. I've heard for some people it's taken weeks for them to get off.
Well, hopefully
This would be a long-term problem, it seems.
not. But thank you. I'll pop in and see if I can.
Mind you, I did hear of a woman who, her son had done a tour. She went to the temple.
Which one?
The big one.
Heavenly
Uh-uh.
bodies.
And that's it with the
Let's see.
backside.
That makes sense. And that resolved her issue?
Seem to.
Well, perhaps I will treat myself to a bath.
Who do that?
Thank you for the info. Much appreciated.
Yeah.
And I'll sip on my elbow.
Would you like some coffee?
I'm fine with tea, thank you.
She says, I have a bag here and I haven't been able to shift it.
Yeah, well, we can take it off your hands.
You sure?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, not a lot of coffee drinkers round here.
How much would you normally charge for it?
Oh, take it from me, please. No charge. It's filling up the inventory.
I'll grab the bag, but I will put let me just see. I will put 2 silver down.
Righty. She doesn't touch it, but she hands you the bag anyway. It's a very small little compact bag, and it seems to have like coffee beans or something inside.
Yeah. Yeah, I will put the 2 pieces on the counter, like closer to her, her side, and then I'll sit back down.
Grand. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Finish the Earl Grey, and then I'm good.
Same as.
I could do some Earl Grey myself. Damn.
I've got some
I'm having some tea right now.
Nice.
French Earl Grey.
French?
Yep. T2 does a French Earl Grey. It's delicious.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored. But if they want to and send me a load of stuff, I mean, I'm totally fine with that. Okay, so after finishing tea, I guess we'll say our farewells to Miss Du Bois. Wait. No, we're good.
Nah. Good. Alrighty. Take care of yourselves.
You too. And we'll hopefully see you again soon.
Hi. You close the door behind you. You hear the ding-a-ling of the bell as you leave.
Yeah.
Alrighty. What's the plan?
Shall we make our way back to the guild then? Or do we want to swing by a temple to get you fixed up?
We could swing by the temple and then swing by the guardhouse if we've got nothing else to do today.
It's going to be a lot of traveling.
Well, yes. Are we looking like... Whereabouts was it? It was like here. Well,
You are... hold on. Just midway up the second road. Here.
oh, fucking hell, that's 5 miles. Jeez, big city.
It's a long-ass road.
Where's the Heavenly Bodies? Is it like...
Yeah, it's that building there.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say roughly 3 hours.
3 hours there. And then... Up. How did we get to this?
That is the Western Gatehouse.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember, like, there was a gate. Do we have to go in from this side? Or
No,
could
you
we
can
go
go
in
through
from
the
this
side. You went through the side before.
Okay. Oh, okay, cool. And then... Boop. And then... Boop. There's a fair amount of travel.
It's up to yourselves.
I just would like to not be yellow anymore, is all.
That's fair.
I get that.
Also, Kato's glowing as well.
That's true. Shall we do a quick check to see if anyone else has been contaminated?
Well, I mean, if we're going there anyway, we all might as well have a nice bath.
Of course.
Yes.
If we're going there and going to a bath anyway. Wouldn't hurt. And then we can head back to the guild, turn in the quest, and work out what's next from there.
So what? Head to the heavenly bodies, get cleared up, washed up, and then head back to the guild.
Yes, yes. We could also quickly stop by that shop that Francine mentioned, see if they have any information.
True, true. They might be able to tell us exactly what we need to do.
Yes.
Shall we have a look around for it then?
Yes, and then we can grab the carriage.
Alrighty.
We'll kind of go towards the direction that Francine said that their shop was in.
Yeah, and it was closer towards the outer ring road, so it's just further down. You got a direction, but not entirely sure of which alleyway. Just I'll ask for 2 investigation checks from the party, so you can decide amongst yourselves, or you can give one with advantage to another person.
I can roll
I can take one.
Okay. That's 2. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, alrighty.
Perfect.
Yeah, Rook, you're a bit befuddled.
Blinded
my
by the
element.
glowing.
Blinded by the glowing light. Oh my goodness. It does take a bit of asking about, and Rook, unfortunately, you do meet a lot of derision, as people are a bit perplexed by what a hobgoblin is doing here. Kato, you do have just a little bit more luck, and eventually you are pointed in the direction of the alleyway to go down.
Oh, to be human.
Who's the racist one now?
Wow.
You, Steve.
Alrighty.
You and all your human and elf buddies making us lower feel bad.
Eventually, Kato, you do direct them down the correct alleyway. And you see a rather nondescript shop. It could very well just be another shed at the back of one of these properties, but above the door, in rather fancy paint, in bright pink, there is the words "Tickle Me Pink." Roshana, this, funnily enough, tickles the back of your mind. This is familiar to you.
Oh, this shop.
Oh, you
know this place?
I know the owner.
Oh,
Huh.
that could come in useful.
Anything we should be aware of?
Nah.
Are you saying that because you think it's more amusing if we don't know?
No, I'm being honest.
Secrets do you wish to share?
No, the owner is. She is a friend from the orphanage.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
All right, let's go.
Alrighty. You head on in, and you're immediately hit with the scent of dust, a little bit of must as well. You see a smallish shop. The counter is immediately off to your right, and you see lining the walls are numerous different shelves of different, looks to be like toys and trinkets. Very quickly, Kato, you see the little puppet with the strings cut that you had received back on Public's Day as well. Behind the counter, though, you see kind of sat there with her head in her hand and the elbow resting on the desk, just reading a book of some kind, a small grey-skinned elf. Not elf, sorry. gnome! My god. A small grey-skinned gnome with this vibrant pink hair that has been yanked back into a small bun at the back of her head. And she looks up as you enter. Roshana?
So,
Oh, hello. Wasn't expecting to see you here.
I wasn't expecting to be nearby.
Oh, come here. And you see she leaps up from the stool that she sat on and onto the counter and puts her arms up for a hug.
I will gladly give her a hug.
Good to see you. I hope you're keeping well.
Likewise. I am. Have tasted sewer water a few times
Oh,
adventuring, but
yeah, that's not good.
yeah, no, it's not.
Righty. And who are your friends here?
These are Kato, Rook, and Vayne. Vayne here is having a little problem from a prank.
Oh boy. You see she begins rubbing at her chin a little bit.
He's not supposed to be yellow.
Luxury lotion?
Yes.
I believe so.
Righty. Hold on a moment. Derek! She calls back. So, how are you keeping? Other than tasting sewage water, that sounds pleasant.
I mean, fairly good.
That's good.
It's been how long now?
I don't really know. I think last letter I got from you was before New Year.
Yeah, that's true.
Sorry I haven't written back. Just quite busy with the shop and whatnot.
I mean, I understand. I've been keeping busy as well, so.
Yeah, it's good to be busy.
Mm-hmm.
My insight check.
Sure. For
I want to look around the shop and see how busy it is. An insight check. Sorry, I didn't write back. I've been busy.
Yep, sure. Give me an insight check.
Ah. Shucks.
I'll message you quickly.
Fair enough. Okie dokie.
I see. Well, it's been rather quiet here. Just trying to keep Derek on his. And you hear a bang as the door behind her just like flings open, and you see a couple of the shelves that were stocked behind her become like the papers that are on top of it just start flying down and settling on the ground. She goes, "Ugh. Derek, I keep telling you not to keep banging that bloody door." And behind you see what looks to be in this rather steampunk-esque wheelchair. This gnome man starts pushing himself forward. Crazy white hair and the spectacles kind of lopsided on his nose. Ah! Who are you? Did you hear me?
Yep. I heard you.
Right.
Yeah?
Yeah, this old gnomish man is looking at you.
Is that just to all of us, or is that
That's all of you. No one in particular.
Ah.
Beady eye,
Oh,
kind
okay.
of looking back crazily.
Roshana was the one talking to this lady, so I'm just gonna like. She seems to have it in under control, or know these people.
Come on, I haven't all day.
Sorry. I'm Roshana. I am a friend of Rosa.
Nice to meet you.
Likewise, sir.
Can we get you anything? Looking for some pranks or
Well, more likely to solve a prank.
Oh! He looks over at you, Vayne. Points his finger at you.
Yes, hilarious.
Yeah. Was it nice to put on?
I mean, it felt like putting on lotion. It was
Yeah,
decent.
my wife used to love it. But, yeah, might have changed the formula a little bit.
I see.
Well, do you want the antidote?
Yes, please.
10 gold pieces.
No.
Okay, good day.
You see he begins wheeling himself back into the room.
Oh.
Sorry about that.
That's alright.
Okay.
Is he usually like this?
This is him in a good day.
I hate to see his worst day.
I've seen many. But he's good at what he does.
Fair.
Speaking of, do you guys want anything while you're here? We've got whoopee cushions and wristwatches.
you-
And...
Do you have the antidote?
Not on me. No.
And is
You can-
10 gold the going rate for
Well, that's how much the ointment is, or the lotion, she says, looking over at you, Vayne. Look, I'd be more than willing to get it for you myself, seeing that you're friends with Roshana and all, but look, I have to work with the guy.
Oh, no, I understand that. We can get rid of it another way, hopefully. We've had some information that a nice bath will solve the issue.
Yeah, a good soak, and maybe some salts as well will help get rid of it quickly.
Yes.
do you happen to know what the duration on its effect is?
It depends. Usually after a good soak, it will come straight off. I've heard some people around here, though, they don't bathe as often, so it usually lasts with them for weeks. If you don't wash yourself properly either, it'll stay and it can grow back in intensity.
I will most definitely wash with fervor.
Yeah, and just don't use it again.
Oh, I will not.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else that's similar to the luxury lotion in terms of being magical in nature?
Well, most of the items we stock are magical, indeed. Well, like, this is most of the stuff that Derek has made. So things like our filters I love, our dandy oil. We've got dusts of sneezing and choking. The kids really like that, but of course that's really expensive, so we don't tend to sell it as much. One of Derek's best inventions, though, is like this money spider box. If you put money into it, it'll start crawling away from you.
Can you
Is
take
that
the money out
used?
again?
Oh, you can. From my understanding, he's got a deal with the Bank of Colburn. So whatever you deposit into that actually goes to the bank. Like,
Okay,
it's-
and what,
It's
on
really...
behalf of you or into his personal account?
Oh no, into people's own personal accounts. They have to register it with the bank, of course, but... We've also got the luxury lotion, or the ointment of itchiness, as we prefer to call it. Got bottle of gas as well. These little trinkety things that the kids really like, and she pulls out a small box from underneath the counter and places it on top, and inside you see like these little wind-up clacking dentures. And again, the whooping cushions, these spinning tops. Roshana, you also see that little wind-up mouse that you got back on the Publix day.
Oh yeah.
There's also this little clown as well that she pulls out, and she goes, "This is a little wind-up clown with a drum kit." And again, she turns the dial, and the clown begins almost silently, banging away on the drum. But it does make the motion.
What kind of stuff do they have here?
Mostly like jokes and pranky stuff. You know, it's what the kids enjoy. That being said, we've also been commissioned before to make things for some of the adults that want to get back somewhat anonymously to either their friends or co-workers that have done them wrong in the past. Oh, I'll show you now. We're almost done with this one. And she hops down from her stool and disappears behind the counter for a moment. She walks up to the side and you see her again. Walks up this very small set of stairs and disappears for a moment before coming back down, and carrying above her is this huge saddle. And she goes, I'll just show it to you now, I won't bring it any closer, but this is the saddle of the sore arse. So you obviously you pop this onto the back of your horse, and whoever's riding on it and using the saddle is not going to have a pleasant time.
Truly innovative.
You think so? Gives people a bit of a laugh. She disappears again with
Maybe.
the saddle.
The little things.
Yeah. She comes back down again. She goes, just found this while I was up there as well. This fits across her hand, and she shows you like this little band with what looks to be like a little emblem of like a lightning bolt. And she goes, this was used by kids, but yeah, we've had to take it off the market after people were doing it a bit too often. This can actually do some damage. Or if you shake someone's hand, you can give them a little bit of an electric shock.
Lovely.
Yeah. And then this is for if you don't want your thing stolen. And she shows you what looks to be just like an ordinary padlock. Whoever's trying to nip into your stuff will have an extra tough time trying to get in. It's called a lock of trickery. Oh. That's everything I think we've got in stock.
And you said you do commissions.
We can. Yeah.
Interesting. Perhaps, Vayne, if time allows it, since we have a tendency to have a coin taken from us.
Yes, I was
perhaps-
considering one of those spiders.
Well, either that or, some sort of pouch that has some sort of custom effect. Makes a noise. Electrocutes someone.
Yes. That could also be good.
That would be
I
interesting.
think for the moment, though, I don't think I need anything.
Well, we're here if you need us.
It was nice to meet you. I don't know, Roshana, if you want to catch up more or...
I will put down a tiny bit. Well, I mean, I'll put down 60 gold. 50 gold to bring prank stuff to the orphanage for the kids to have some fun with. And 10 gold for the ointment.
That's a lot, Roshana. Are you sure?
I'm 100% sure.
Alrighty.
It's nothing I can earn back.
I'm glad to hear that. So 50 gold for the kids. And 10.
Derek!
She calls out again.
What is it?
I get the ointment. They've given us the 10 gold.
Alright. Very well.
And you hear the door booms open again, and Derek wheels himself forward and just tosses the what looks to be like a very small vial over in your direction, Vayne.
I grab it out of the air.
Mhm.
Is it topical or drinking?
Place it wherever you've put the lotion before.
Excellent.
Don't do it here, though.
Yeah. I squint at him.
What? I don't know where you've put it.
giving you the once over.
It's not obvious. It's glowing.
Not what I meant, but all right.
And he wheels himself back in to the room again and just slams the door shut.
He shakes his head, dips a finger in some ointment, and starts like rubbing it on his face.
And immediately, as you dip your finger into the vial, like the yellow goes away immediately.
Nice. Yeah, I'll just kind of lather my face and hands in it.
Well,
And if there's any of the antidote left over, I will pocket it. And
Do you want to give some to Kato?
well, I mean, he seems to have his gloves on. I'll hand it over to Kato.
If that is what you wish.
Do you not want it? Do you like your glowing hands?
It is yours to do as you see fit.
It's Roshana's. She bought it.
You both share, jeez.
Mom!
Just put some on my hands.
Mom.
I was yellow before him.
We can make you yellow again.
Make you yellow in your sleep.
What? Ew.
What? Why you gotta make it weird?
I do anything to anyone in their sleep. That's weird.
Did people draw like mustaches and stuff on a drunk person in their sleep?
Okay,
It's the
nobody stay
exact
with Vayne
same
when we meet in
equivalent.
real life, alright?
I'm not like one of those people,
Uh-huh.
but you know, Vayne might be. You know, frat boy. Squashing a can of like Foster's on his horn.
Ronald McDonald with a can of Foster's. That's a great image.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So yeah, Kato, you do receive the remainder of the vial. It's just enough to cover your hand and maybe a little bit of the inside of your glove as well that it's rubbed off onto. Alrighty.
Just the inside of the glove is glowing.
Just a little bit.
You could just add a few drops into both gloves and then put your hands in them and then shake your hands around. Yeah, that's cool. I am no longer need to go to the Temple of Heavenly Bodies. So that's...
That problem is solved.
Thank you, Roshana.
You're welcome. You might still need a bath, though.
Oh yes, I'll have one when we get back to the guild.
Mm-hmm.
What would everyone like to do now then? As we've cut out like 6 hours of journey.
I'm not sure. Should we just take a bit of time to ourselves before we have to resign ourselves to whatever Luxon wants us to do later?
Yes, what's the time actually?
It is roughly 2 o'clock.
Okay, so...
And we're to meet him after 6.
Who's gonna get there first?
Okay, we're going Rook's way.
Mm-hmm. Just so you know, it's also roughly 2 hours to the Western Gatehouse if you want to go there. Just giving you your options.
If we're starting at 6, and it's 2 now,
How long would it take us to get from the Western Gatehouse to the guild?
Really shouldn't be long. Hold on.
You thinking so? It's going to be a what? Like how much? How long back?
Roughly an hour. No, not even. 45 minutes back.
Okay, so it's 2 o'clock now. It's 2 hours at Western Gatehouse. It'll be 4 o'clock. Which would probably give us time to chat or do whatever until about 5:30. So roughly an hour and a half to, as they say, fuck around and find out.
Is that what they say?
So I
Who
hear.
said this?
Some newcomers at the guild, apparently.
Interesting. Kids these days. You're right there, Rook.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I guess we can either go back straight to the Adventurers Guild or go back via the Western Gatehouse, or anything else that anyone wants to do.
I mean, I can't think of anything.
The question is, if we go to the Western Gatehouse and they let us back in, what is it you would want to ask?
Well, I would like to talk to Inspector Prickett about the revelation.
Imposter.
Yes, but contextually speaking, was it part of him showing us and not telling us part of the fact that he couldn't tell us?
Yeah.
So,
But we
going
could have
back and
just
trying
found
to have a
out.
conversation.
We could have just found out because we had gone to the Grave District on business.
Does that change the fact that he can't speak about it?
Not really. We could speak to Monty, or
We-
not Monty, though.
We could go back via the guild and have Clark send a message to Inspector Pritchett and ask him if it would be appropriate for us to talk to him about it, or whether or not we can speak to fake Monty if we want to speak to fake Monty.
That seems sensible. I'm happy with that. Is everyone else?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Let's find the carriage.
Yeah, you see behind you that the carriage driver has slowly been creeping up behind you.
But man. I'll hop in the carriage.
Alright. Where would you like to go?
Yes, to the Adventurers Guild, please, sir.
Very well. You hop on in.
And you take a drive.
Yay.
Yay. And it's not long before you get back to the guild. Unless there's something you want to talk about, we can jump to there if you want.
I'm happy enough to jump ahead.
That's fine.
You want to buy your armor?
I would like to, yes.
Do we do that at the guild?
I mean, there is a shop.
There's a really good armorer there. He's who set me up with mine.
Yeah, you look over at this funky gator armor that Rook is wearing. With the gator claws.
This was
on top of the
special though,
shoulders.
so don't go on expecting to match up.
I mean, we can never match up with your fashion, Rook.
Of course, it's very dashing.
I think but every day that goes by, I fit more and more in.
Yes, you do.
You're so hip and trendy.
Adjust my fanny pack.
At least you're not yellow.
Who's yellow?
You were.
Was.
I mean, we can make that happen again.
Were and was are both past tense. I don't know why you felt the need to change them.
Oh, I was emphasizing, I wasn't changing.
Yeah, but it was already
Oh
stated.
my god.
Kato
Oh,
was also
jeez.
yellow.
Yeah, but
Well.
he didn't make a scene out of it.
Well, yes, it did happen to me first, and we figured it out before it happened to him.
Kato seemed happy enough to suffer in silence.
Doesn't he
Well,
always?
there's nothing new there.
Not much of a complainer.
Anybody listening,
Ah.
please don't suffer in silence. Go to your doctor. Or
Seek help. This is a
Seek help.
PSA. People are here
I
for
mean,
you.
if I'm being honest, I was still trying to figure out if Roshana Sassinus was actually connected to the moons, or whether she was just using that as an excuse.
Both? Both sounds good.
Or maybe she's always sassy and she's just become comfortable enough with us as a group to where she feels she can actually be, all this.
All this.
There are many
All of
possibilities.
this. And I'm
Well,
sure you're not going to
Waltz.
confirm or deny.
Mm.
Uh,
Mm.
For the moment, I will believe Rook's assessment and move on with my life.
It remains a mystery.
so many things to
secrets.
do.
So many
Oh
secrets.
boy, I still haven't told many of those.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Many of what?
No,
I don't
Roshana, don't drink the luxury lotion.
You will glow from the inside out.
Yeah, just open her mouth like a headlight.
Some real Ark of the Covenant bullshit there.
Oh my
Yes. It's the next level shit.
She's regenerating.
Oh.
I got a funny story about that kind of thing. For
I
Very
do
fucking
too.
right.
And it's about you.
It's about me.
Yep. Okay. So we'll say you get back to the guild. You pulling up. The carriage driver drops you off. What would you like to do?
Go
Go
to
up
the
to-
armor.
That'll go up to clerk.
Alrighty. Hello, Rook.
Rook just takes a moment and watches Kato walk to the armor, and then just leans over to Vayne. He does remember I have all the money, yes. He's probably just getting fitted. Let's get this
Well,
done.
yes.
Finish up.
I'm going
didn't
with
you- didn't you
Kato.
Didn't you give your part of the... I'm still confused on who got the money last time.
Well, we tried, and then everyone was like, "No, I don't." And so I just picked it up again, so we didn't leave it in the bar.
Okay, so you've got it. Okay. Yeah,
We'll worry about that later. It can be like a party fund.
yes, that's
Get everyone decked out to the nines.
yes, or buy a shop.
Hi. No. Clerk.
I like it. No.
Mission complete. Package delivered.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for the slip. Hold on one moment. Here is your 100 gold piece reward. Thank you.
Thank you. Vayne, do you want to send a message?
What, like a horse head?
We just had a conversation about asking not to send a message to Bridget.
Yes, do you want me to send
Jesus.
Mr. Pritchard a horse head?
No.
Yes, Clerk. Oh, fuck, I can't move. Yes, Mr. Clerk. Mr. Clerk? What the hell? Yes, Clerk. Are you able to send a message to the Western Guardhouse?
I should
Western
be able to.
Gatehouse?
Yes.
West. It's a house in the west.
The
Um,
Western Gatehouse, I'm assuming.
That's the one.
Yes.
Yes, to Inspector Prickett. Just in regards to meeting him, if it's possible to meet him, and whether it would be What's the wordage? Sensible to discuss what we discovered in the Grave District, and also if it would be possible to speak with Priesly Montagor again.
Very well, I can do that for you. One
Thank you.
moment, please. He has asked that you please meet him at the Western Gatehouse for discussion about what was in the gate. Gate.
Uh-oh.
Clerk.
Gate. There, Grave District. And he
Are you-
has stated it is advised that you do not speak with Mr. Priesly Montagor.
Interesting. Are you okay, Clark?
Yes, why do you ask?
Because you just went gate. 8.
Are you alright, sir?
Grave District.
It stopped
You
working.
seem unwell.
No, you seem unwell. You stuttered. You've never stuttered before.
I am unsure what you mean.
When
Sus.
you mentioned the Grave District.
Yes, the Grave District.
Yes, you said Div District.
I am unsure what you mean.
Okay. Who maintains you?
Oh, I am the product of Professor Bryak at the Haven. One moment, please.
Thank you.
Okay, so Clerk is dying.
Having a
Mhm.
malfunction. Force an
Hello,
unexpected reboot.
How
Hello,
can I help you?
Clark. Who maintains you?
Oh, I am a product of Professor Bryak at the Haven.
Oh my gosh. What happened?
One moment, please.
I'm
Hello,
kind of gonna.
Vayne. How can I help you?
Fucking Pliskin.
Hey,
Um,
Clark. Hey, Clark.
Hello, Rook.
Could you send a message for me, please?
Yes, certainly.
Could you send a message to the person that maintains you and just say, Clark needs a checkup?
Very well. Contacting Professor Bryak. One moment, please.
and ah.
He thanks you for your notice. He will be over shortly.
Excellent.
Good plan, Rook. Okay, so we can meet Inspector Prickett.
Clark, could you organize a carriage for us for maybe in like 20 minutes time?
Certainly. Is there-
To head to the Western Gatehouse.
Will do. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Not for the moment. You get better soon.
Yes, take care of yourself, Clark.
I am unsure what you mean. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. That was strange.
Well, he's a metal man in a box. It's all strange.
Well, yes, but he's never stuttered even once before, let alone repeatedly on several different things. And then kind of restarting the sentence. It's very strange.
I'm not even going to claim to understand what's going on with.
I agree. Although I am interested in how earlier when he said he can cast sending in any amount of times from within his cubby
Well, he's
hole.
plugged in, isn't he?
Well, yes, but there must be something. Oh, God seems to be coughing. There
Sorry.
does seem to be. That's okay. There does seem to be. So the spells must get the power from somewhere. Like
Hmm.
it's just an interesting thought. I thought.
Like a bigger metal man.
Maybe a giant metal man, or some kind of arcane crystal majigger that gives him unlimited, or pretty much unlimited, sending.
Well, it's very humble of him to spend his unlimited power in that box.
It is sorting money and sending inane messages to people.
Shall we catch up with the others?
Yes, indeed.
Okay. So, meanwhile, over in Suit and Arms, Kato and Roshana, you've just walked into this, large building. Inside, you see the wall has been decorated in different shields and insignia, various pieces of armor on display, different price tags quoted on them. You see behind the counter is a half-elven gentleman who just seems to be writing something in a log. He looks up as you walk in. Hello? Can I help you?
Yes, I was looking to get fitted.
Right, fitted for...
Some armor, decent protection, but also mobile.
Right. Is there anything in mind?
Maybe start with the breastplate.
Certainly, are you looking for something with a bit of oomph to it, or just standard?
I guess that depends on what you define as oomph.
Well, certain armors have been imbued with magics that'll help grant you resistance against certain types of elements. Mind you, these are quite pricey, though I suppose if you're buying
Naturally.
breastplate, it's quite pricey anyway. Excuse me. This cough has not left me for days now. Well, stand off to the side there, and I'll have you set up. We'll get measuring.
Sure.
Very well. If you could disrobe down to your undergarments, please.
Sure.
Wow.
I'm going to look at armor that's lying around.
Wow.
No,
Can't
I mean
handle
just for
wasp.
clothes that you would wear underneath your armor, not necessarily. Please pull
Yes.
please pull your pants
that's
back up, sir.
directed.
Wow.
And he gets to the point of measuring you and writing things down. Is there anything you're looking for in particular,
It's
Roshana? Or you're just taking a look.
I'm just taking a
Okay.
look until something catches my eye.
Very few can handle the washboard abs.
I will bleach my eyes.
The washboard ad was a glowing yellow.
Alrighty. Please hold on a moment. I'm going to go grab some pieces of armor and we'll see what fits you.
Take your time.
Alrighty. And it's about this time that Rook and Vayne walk in.
Oh.
What?
I look at armor.
Oh my god.
Have you found something in that suit, Kato?
We're currently in the fitting process.
Is this your first time being in here, Vayne?
I believe it is, yes.
For me too.
Wow. This is the place that we got the rapier from.
Oh. It's been very handy.
After a tense few minutes, the gentleman returns. And you see underneath his arms, he's carrying what looks to be like 4 sets of armor, just to try and get the right fit for you, Kato. But eventually, he places a set of breastplate over you, and it seems to fit well. How does that fit?
Sounds it fits pretty well.
It's just recently been polished as well, so it's ready to go. You have the coin?
I'm curious what other stock.
Yeah, well, we can go up to the next, which would be half plate. Which would help. As I was saying with enchantments to the armor, though, the next step up would be an additional 1,000 gold pieces on top. Are you all right, sir?
That was me.
Oh, sorry. Are you okay? You're making me do it now as well. Thanks.
Is everyone okay? It's
Are we?
armor.
It's just that
Are we?
time of year and everything's going downhill.
Yep.
Guess I'm one of the few people that like this time of year, but that's okay.
I enjoy this time of year.
Oh, no.
like-
I love autumn, just the
Yeah.
bugs and everything that go around at this time. It's a pain in the hole.
I mean, it's also a bit warmer than usual, so there's more bugs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Disgusting.
Exactly.
Yeah. Would you like to try the half plate?
Sure.
Mm-hmm. And he meanders off. Takes away the other pieces of armor that you know, didn't fit as well in the process. But a few minutes go by.
And while they're collecting stuff, I'll just hand everyone 25 gold from the quest we just finished.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
I'll just peruse like general bits and bobs that are in the shop.
Mm-hmm.
And as you see, the whole place is just stocked with what looks to be examples of armor. Like nothing on display seems to be for sale, but it's one of those places where you just point to the thing and go, I want that. And they'll either have it for you or make it as part of a commission for you.
Yeah. Hey, Taylor. I love the Taylor.
Eventually, the gentleman comes back with some half plate for you. I believe this one is the same size as the breastplate you're already wearing. We can try this.
Sure.
Yep. Pulls that off and plonks on the other one. Again, fits well. You do notice, though, as you're just shifting about in it, it's a bit noisy.
It's a bit cumbersome.
Hmm.
I think the breastplate might be best.
Yes. We do have half plate in a lighter kind of material that isn't as noisy. However, that does come with a price.
What kind of price?
We're talking 1,000 for the armor, as I said.
Want 1,000 gold flat
Well-
for a quiet half plate.
Hmm.
Oh, it's
Yes.
quieter. So what? That's just 250 gold more expensive than.
What was the price for the breastplate?
Breastplate would run you 400 gold pieces.
Right. So a bit more than twice as expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't see fit to vacate my companions of their coin.
I don't care. I was gonna get rid of it anyway.
Yeah, if you need it, you need it. We were going to put it elsewhere otherwise.
I was going to ask the question if we wanted to have the conversation with Luxon just before we got too ahead of ourselves.
If you're all certain, then.
Yeah, of course.
Vayne?
What,
Does this
I
does
mean,
this
I'm
deal seem acceptable?
kind of. I'm flat broke, pretty much. But I can give you like 50 gold.
I think the question is, are you comfortable with us spending the money we got back doing this?
Oh, I mean, it's not really going to be useful for my purpose now, so I don't see why not. Didn't go just to helping Kato stay alive.
And
Very
it's
well.
quieter.
How late are you open this evening?
Well, it depends. Fenard might be here until late in the evening. He tends to be when he's smithing. But he, I can tell him to keep the shop open. It's no problem. It's probably best to ask him, actually, if there's any more enchantments you want to make to things.
Could be the play. Perhaps, Kato, it would be wise to have this in reserve, and after a conversation with Luxon this evening, assuming that there's not any dire need for the reserves we currently have, I'm happy enough to come back and get you whatever you need.
This is acceptable.
Alright, shall we do that then?
Very well. I'll leave a note to Fenard then.
Thank you.
Please do. Thank you.
I'm gonna put my stuff back on.
Yeah, he takes the armor from you and you're left to your devices.
Oh, I completely forgot to mention, and he'll reach into his honey pack and pull out a wand. This fires fireballs, I think.
Ooh.
Interesting.
It's one of the few items I was able to figure out on my own. Just so the party's aware, because since Kato, maybe because you're one of the, I don't know if it has any sort of requirements, but if it just lets you fire fireballs, then perhaps as one of the less magically inclined, it would be good for you to have something in your back pocket.
Can't
That's
hurt.
true, and if you're, I mean, I have not seen you fight as efficiently from range, so perhaps could be useful.
Hands Kato fireball wand.
Dare I inquire how many charges?
I forgot to put it on, so I'll give it to you over the break.
Okay.
Alrighty. See. Gather your belongings, dress yourself again. The rest of you can, look at him now.
No, I'm disgusted.
I had them the whole time.
Yeah.
How dare he undress before us?
The washboard abs have been put away.
You should feel honored.
Nice.
Not really. I didn't see anything, so
I did.
Excuse me.
Will you have sweet dreams now, Rook?
Always.
Watch for
Oh my god.
And now it's getting shipped. That's it. It's done.
Yes.
Oh
No
no.
taking it back now.
Oh, and Kato
Shall we go
caressing your
grab some
face,
lunch?
Vayne, wasn't going to get shipped?
Oh my god.
I mean, it is. It is.
Damn, Kato, you're really chumming the water.
My glowing yellow face.
Pick a team.
Lag.
He has more game than I have.
On group bicycle.
Okay.
Ah, jeez.
Anything else you'd like to do while you're at the guild?
I'll pull out with
I'm
anyone
gonna
else.
I'm to do something with Ronnie just to balance it out.
Ooh.
Oh, careful, she's got nice buns.
Have a little bit of respect.
Oh my god.
What would you like to do?
Are we going to Western Guardhouse then? I think
Oh yeah.
our carriage was like 20 minutes.
Yeah, we've got a carriage wait. Oh, we should have updated you.
Oh.
We're gonna go speak to Inspector Pritchett. He said we can speak to him, and that we probably shouldn't speak to fake Monty.
I mean, it's kind of for the best.
Fair. Yeah. Shall we nip over then?
Yeah, so let's go.
All right.
Yes.
Guys, carriage is awaiting you now. And
Huzzah.
you head on over to the gatehouse. It's a similar trip as you had made before. Doesn't take you too long before you arrive. Is there anything you'd like to do in the carriage?
I'm gonna suggest before we get there that if we run into Simone, just don't acknowledge it.
Mm.
Just let it go. We don't really need any more unnecessary hassle from us.
You know, we
acting
could
without
have
thought.
anonymously bought that annoying saddle for him. That's an only thing.
You wanted to prank him.
I mean, he will never know it was us.
I don't
He
know
does
if
have 500 of our gold.
yeah, I don't know if we want to like do anything to him that costs us money.
Yeah, true.
It's fine.
Would have been funny.
Well, look, it's not like he was doing something for us that we wanted him to do at the time.
Well, that's if he was even planning on doing that.
True, but if we assume that he was, I don't think we need quite so much animosity towards this individual.
I mean, I didn't agree with giving him the money.
Neither did I.
Neither
Exactly.
did I.
You gave it.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't mean I agreed with it. It was just sort of the only option at the time.
Yeah, I can appreciate why you did it, Vayne.
I mean, that I can, but it was rash.
Yes, lessons learned.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had a rash. It's funny.
It's karma.
Rook.
Yes.
Rook.
Listen, at least Rook noticed the pun.
I feel like you would look very good as a glowing yellow object because you're so fond of stars.
I think most of the time in like a fight it wouldn't really matter because when I use my when I do my starry form I like emit light anyway.
Yeah, so you'd be
I
used
mean
to
look, he'll snap his finger and he'll start emitting bright light at 10 feet.
But then again, I think yellow would suit Rook.
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it'd be very I mean here it might be fine because in the cities people want to be looked at. Out in the wilds you'd die.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know, fireflies?
Yeah, but they don't always have to be emitting light. You know that, right?
I mean,
A creature of your size emitting light in the wilds will get eaten immediately.
or
Or it
You
could
know.
be a way for us to procure free meals.
But by using Vayne as bait,
Precisely.
what am I being used?
because you were the one glowing at the time.
Well, yes, but we're talking about you glowing now.
Hmm.
I have to say, I love the fact this conversation's going on and Rook is just beaming.
Yeah, like all of his like normal colors from it, like his skin, basically like inverse. It's almost like the
Like the negative.
Yeah, it's almost like the negative as light, just like
Oh my
emits.
god.
Nega Rook.
Oh, that's
Yeah, and it's one of those sort of textures where when he moves, you can sort of see through it and just see like little like. It's almost like you can always see the night sky
constellation.
through him,
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
but they don't
Mhm.
move with him.
Damn.
Ah, I know exactly what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah, it's a difficult sort of
That's
texture
cool.
to
It's
explain.
there's a skin on Path of Exile that looks exactly like that.
Excuse me.
Excuse.
Anywho, yes, but you know, we should consider you glowing in future.
I was thinking when we were in the jokes shop if there were any practical applications to those particular jokes, and I couldn't think of any.
Not for the
I'm sure
ones
they-
that she listed, no.
Maybe the choking one, but I don't really know how you would be able to apply that without getting yourself cut on the mix.
Yes, it's kind of a noticeable thing.
Mhm.
I don't know. It's always there if we think of something. Oh, look, our carriage has arrived.
You're in the carriage!
Oh, are we? I thought we were standing out.
Yeah.
I
Oh.
They
thought
never
we were
carried
standing
this whole
waiting for the
time.
carriage.
That's
I thought
another
we were waiting.
carriage out the window. That's not ours. We're in it.
Oh. I thought we were waiting at, yeah, sorry. My brain is like fudge or something.
Your eyes are still, coming down from having that glow perpetually around them the whole time.
It's like, you know when you can see your cheeks slightly? But it's a glow.
Don't. No, I
Yeah.
don't. No, I don't want that right now. Thanks. Or the fact that you can see your nose all the time.
Mm.
Yeah, it's really fucking
You guys
weird.
remember to breathe?
Yeah.
No,
Or that your
not
tongue is never
Yeah, it
is
never
in a
sits properly in
comfortable
your
position.
mouth. Yeah. Or the
Well,
way that
now
your
I'm-
clothes are
Manual
always
breathing
on you.
activated.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
probably haven't been blinking enough, have you?
hydration.
Yeah. As I sip my wine.
Is there a
Same.
random itch anywhere?
Or a cough that needs to be coughed. Jesus. Ah. Okay, so eventually you arrive back at the Western Gatehouse as you remembered it.
Or perhaps aware of your own heartbeat?
Oh no, that's going too far.
You're treading a fine line there, friend.
It's going too fast. How do I slow it down?
The world's moving. I can't make it stop.
Okay, guys.
Yep.
The guard comes over to the window. Who rolls it down?
I'll roll it down.
Okay, Rook and Kato roll it down together.
Aw, they're like holding hands on the what's that thing
Oh
called?
my
Who are you here to
More
see?
shipping moment.
I don't want to say knob.
Ah,
I don't want to say knob, but it kind of is.
I feel like
Weaver.
Vayne is going to write fan fiction of this.
Vayne doesn't write fan fiction.
Mhm.
Which inspector are you here to see?
Cricket.
Cricket? Yeah. I
Alrighty.
was trying to for some reason I thought Pritchett.
Cricket. He walks off and comes back in. Go on in. The carriage trundles in. Back into the heavily fortified gatehouse. That is the western gatehouse. You are allowed to disembark.
I disembark.
The guards give you a nod, having recognized your faces from the day before, as you walk on in.
Nod back. It's nice being on this side of things.
Long may it continue.
I bet.
Yeah.
Things are finally looking up.
All it took was depression, friends dying, trust issues, and hags.
Hmm. We continue forward.
You reach the foyer. You see there is a gentleman sat behind the counter. Yeah. Can I help you?
We have a meeting.
Yes, we're here to see Inspector Prickett.
Yeah. Yes. He is expecting you, yes?
Mhm.
Yes, I believe so.
Very well. Follow me then. And he heads out through the latch round the counter and directs you back towards Prickett's office, which you've been to before. It's you can remember from yesterday quite easily. He raps on the door. Enter. And you walk on in. This
What
time
kind
you
of
see
rap
that
does he do?
Inspector Prickett is by himself this time. There's just anybody standing beside him.
You sacked him. Excellent. Hello.
Yes, hello. Please take a seat. And this time you see that there are 4 seats left available to you.
I sit down on the far right.
Do I stand though?
I'll sit next to
There you
Vayne,
go again.
and I'll push Kato into a chair.
What kind of chairs are they?
Oh my god, dude.
There's 3 normal chairs and a high chair.
Oh God.
It's a short back chair, but the back of the chair itself is sloped at the top.
I will
and
sit next to Roshana.
Okay, and it slopes into the armrests.
Oh, so there are armrests. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll sit down.
Very well.
Is it one of the how high is the backrest? Like, is it one that you can kind of click your back over?
Not quite. It's just beneath your shoulder blades.
Ah, so it's one of those awful chairs that you can't, like really get the purchase.
It is. It is. Yeah.
I hate this fucking place.
So, what brings you here? Or need I to ask?
If I'm, so there's a few questions. When did you when did you know? Was it straight away?
It was not. It took us some inquiring and the revelation of the Grave District.
Do you know whom he is?
We have an idea. However, we can never really and truly be certain unless he presents himself.
And what might
Do you know the nature of this imposter?
He is a shape changer, we believe.
It might be useful for you to know. Myself and Roshana, I've seen use it before, but I don't know if they have it prepared. Have a spell that can force a shape changer to reveal its true self.
Yes, I am aware.
Might kill them though.
That is our issue. And
I'm fine with that.
as it stands, he says, looking at you, Vayne, we have to respect the law.
What does the law say about impersonating a dead man?
Impersonating a dead man comes with its own fine. Killing comes also with its own fine. However, the nature of this individual, we believe that he would do it again in the heartbeat. As such, the Evansworn has decided that execution is the best means forward.
I assume it's also within the purview of the law that you can't really inflict such spells as I've suggested on a creature, because you would be harming a prisoner.
Yes, though there has been some coffee table talk, so to speak, if we were to do such a thing. But that being said, even if he were to reveal his true self to us, it really would not do much good. From the past experiences that people have had with shape changes, their form is rather different, and they don't like being in that form too long when they're surrounded by others. So they are more than likely going to impersonate someone very quickly and cause confusion. Right.
Do we have any idea why? Like, why he targeted Monty? Why any of this happened?
Unfortunately, he's been rather withdrawn with us, and even attempts to read his thoughts have proven to be quite difficult. That is done through magics, as I'm certain that some of you might have come across in your time as adventurers. I think, I hope in part that this conveys to you the need for this to be a private matter. He will be charged as... Sorry, he has been charged as Priesly Montagor, and he will be executed as Priesly Montagor. We do not want the public to go into a panic that they have a shape-changer amongst their midst.
I thought the execution's public, right?
Yes, it is.
Do you have means in place to prevent this shape changer from reverting to its original form upon death?
We have considered many options. The most humane that we've come across is placing a sack or something up upon the head upon hanging. That should cover the multitude. He will be dressed appropriately in gloves and boots as well. No skin should be showing.
I figured that would be the case, because if a creature like this truly wanted to live and it was a public execution, they would probably take on a form that was different from Montagor.
I'm sorry, you're just going to tarnish a man's reputation?
It is unfortunate. However, this man is already dead. And as public records will come to light later, it will be made known to the public. But as of right now, we cannot have civil unrest. Believe me, this is not something that anybody would wish to happen to an innocent person. However, the circumstances stand against us.
Vayne looks visibly, upset. Kind of pissed, but upset mainly.
And there's no way that you could suggest that it was just an elaborate, regular counterfeiter, impersonator?
We have thought about it. However, with the way the press has run with this case, unfortunately, this was deemed the best option. I must stress there are other law enforcers involved in this case as well that have decided this. It's not just by my own decision.
Have you been able to ascertain whether this creature is working on its own, for its own devices, or...
We're not entirely certain, which is why he's being kept in the cell that he's being kept in at the moment. And due care will be made during transport to the execution dock. That he is by himself and stays by himself.
If you could use extra eyes on him, I would put myself forward.
I appreciate that, Mr. Durand. However, we feel that you have been entrenched in this case a bit too much to be deemed a neutral party.
Definitely not neutral, but I would see him to his destination.
Mr. Durand, if you are wishing to see him to his destination, I suggest that you see his hanging.
Very well. And what time and where?
It is 12 o'clock tomorrow at the execution bay in the Eastern District. Now, he's to be hanged at 12 o'clock on the dot, so be there beforehand.
Okay.
Have you spoken with or inquired with any of the other AWOL members of the particular merchant troop to ensure they don't do anything rash unknowingly?
We have. The one that we were most worried about, he is currently at the docks. And he is working. He does not want to cause any harm, which is amenable to what we are looking for. As for the majority of the rest, they are just looking to work. I do not, well, myself and the team do not believe that they have the means to free this individual or intervene with the execution in any way.
Was there was talk not only of the crime of murder and smuggling a body, but there was also mention of contraband. Was that true?
No. It is a story that the press ran with, and we were more than willing to let them run with it, given the nature of the case.
So what was to happen with the goods on the caravan?
From my understanding, they are to be set for auction.
And the people that also worked on that caravan don't get a...
Not unless they paid for them themselves and they have proof.
We lived in those caravans.
I appreciate that.
Vayne looks more pissed than angry now. Pissed than sad. But still sad. But more pissed.
Is there any other questions that I can help you with?
Vayne, were there any personal belongings of yours that may have gotten caught up that we should inquire about now?
Not especially. I travelled quite light, but you know, there was a lot in the caravan. It's difficult to remember with everything that's happened.
If it's any consolation, the money that is made from the auction will be given to the needy here in Clancamrye. Not ideal, but it was deemed the best move forward.
And
Would a portion, even if it's a small portion, not go to the people that worked on the caravan, just to see them on their way?
We can certainly try, if they can be gathered.
I'm sure we can gather them.
Very well. I'll put in a note.
Thank you. I believe that's all from me then.
Is Montagor's brother to also be left in the dark?
I believe Montague has been notified. Apparently he was quite shocked that his younger brother was coming to Clancamrye.
Perhaps once he arrives and sets up his new storefront, we should pay a visit.
I would like to speak with him, yes.
I don't think there's anything more from me. I would appreciate it if, at your own discretion, you kept us up to date with any necessary revelations.
Yes, we can certainly do that.
As you can understand, this incident doesn't come with an abundance of closure.
I can appreciate that. This has been quite harrowing for many people.
Especially those close. We won't take up too much more of your time.
He just nods.
Simone
Sure.
not with you today?
Sorry, what was that, Vayne?
Simone not with you today?
No, he didn't turn up for work today.
Strange.
Yes.
Is he well? He seemed fine yesterday.
Yes. If he doesn't report by the end of the day, we'll have someone go check on him.
Well, if you need any help, you know where we are.
Feel free to always put a question for us at the Adventurers Guild.
I appreciate your willingness to work and help. However, the guards have to maintain their own reputation as well.
Yes, of course. Well, I think I've said it before, but I'll say it again. I am apologies for the circumstances under which we were sort of introduced and sort of came to know each other. But I hope that going forward we can work together where needed and have some respect and such.
He just gives you a very steely gaze, Vayne.
Vayne look like he catches his eye, and Vayne looks like kind of defeated. Just with like all the emotions that are going through him, so he looks pretty kind of like like the depressed look. So he just kind of catches his eye and yeah, doesn't really say anything else, just kind of shrugs.
Is there anything else you'd like me to help you with? He says, looking to the rest of you.
No, not really.
Very well. I shall see you tomorrow then at the execution.
Of course.
And he stands up from his chair and you see the door opens.
Vayne will stand up and walk out.
Mm-hmm.
Follows it.
Yep.
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 Prickett doesn't move from where he's standing, but the door closes behind you as you leave.
Like that scene in Blues Brothers with the nun.
You okay, Vayne?
Well, as you say, it's not really closure. I'm very upset that they're besmirching Monty's reputation for ease. There doesn't seem to be much I will be able to do about it. I guess it's just a case of waiting till tomorrow.
We should at least see it through. Put a finale on the end of this.
Yes.
At least that way we can move forward.
Mm-hmm.
To that note, we should probably get back. If it gets much later, we'll be late.
Yes, of course. Yeah, I guess we'll walk out towards the main reception area and then out the doors.
Yeah, the carriage is there waiting for you all the time.
Back to
Hop
the
in.
guild, please.
Very well.
And Vayne will pull out the parchment he was working on earlier and go back to trying to write some My Chemical Romance songs.
Okay. It's
Or maybe slide in some In the End from Linkin Park as well.
Oh my god.
the 2000s are ripe with us tonight.
Yeah.
The real
Yeah.
New metal madness.
Are you gonna top it off with Bring Me the Horizon?
Gosh. Maybe some Avenged Sevenfold in there.
Yeah, do an electric guitar and you're loose.
The way forward.
Yeah, it's a somber 3/4 of an hour back to the guild. The sun is very steadily beginning to set, and dusk has arrived. It is literally just 6 o'clock by the time that you guys arrive back at the guild.
Well, time to get going.
Yeah.
If they're
Well,
not
off
in
we
there,
go.
if they're not in there when we get in, we should probably just grab a bite first.
Yes.
Agreed.
As
It's been a
you
long day.
disembark from the carriage, though, you see kind of sat on the steps to the Doulahan's head, seems to be smoking something, is Baz.
Hello, Baz.
Getting a bit worried. Didn't think you'd arrive.
Yeah, it's been a... We were
Well, here we
trying
are.
to fit things in.
Alrighty. You'll look a bit down.
Well, yeah.
It's been a day.
Alrighty.
Week.
Yeah, the crabs, the hags,
Well, the
grave
hags were fine.
quarter. Yeah, for you.
Hmm? Were they not okay for you?
Not particularly.
Why?
I mean, yeah, they looked at me and I fell over, so...
That makes sense.
But regardless,
We're here?
Yeah.
His luck's in here.
We'll meet him.
well, I guess we'll have a bite first.
Sorry, no, I can't do. He stands up. Get a bite down there if you want.
Where are we going?
Yeah, I'll show you.
Vayne pulls out
Okay.
a ration and
I
chews on
just Yeah, give Rook a pointed look.
Hmm?
So much for having a bite.
Apparently, we can have one down there.
I'll bite you myself if you don't hurry up.
I was following him and chewing on my rack.
Same. I was following him too.
Yeah.
You see, there's actually a carriage waiting outside.
Is
Off
it
the
a
gates.
nice carriage?
It is a nice carriage. Yeah, black, sleek carriage. Very nice.
It's a nice
Nicer
carriage.
than our usual carriages.
A little bit nicer, not too much.
Ah, it is a nice carriage. Rook, you are correct.
Yes.
And Baz opens the door and ushers for all of you to step in.
Jumping.
Yeah.
Does this one have electric windows?
You press the little dial, and surprisingly, they go up. Yeah.
Ah, majestic.
As we passed on our way out, was Clerk in his booth?
He was, yes.
Okay, that's fine.
The carriage peels off with quite hefty speed, and you feel yourself holding on to the little handlebars that they have on the side just to steady yourselves. And just as quickly as you start, you stop.
Yeah.
And you are outside the Knoll's belly button ring.
Oh, I know this place.
We've been here before.
Yeah, well,
If it was this close, why didn't we just walk?
couldn't be asked. You see the door swings open and Baz steps out.
Vayne shrugs and steps out behind him.
The man knows what he likes.
I mean, if you can.
I guess so.
It's not like he's polluting. So. That I know of.
The horses.
They're magical horses, aren't they?
Do you want to ask him?
I don't know. Didn't we see they were magical on the? That's how they go so fast.
I'm gonna follow Baz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm also following along.
Yeah, you follow Baz into the dimly lit interior of the Knoll's belly button ring. This is a very familiar sight to you, Vayne and Rook. Though Kato and Roshana, you were in here before when Kato was helping the gentleman rolling barrels into the back courtyard.
Yeah.
The marathon didn't get paid for it.
Yeah. Anyway, you feel your heels kind of peeling against the ale-stained floor. Behind the counter,
I hate that.
behind the counter, you see the large, burly, orangey kind of colored dragonborn. You looking to go down? Baz gives a nod, and you see from behind the counter, he pulls at one of the levers for drink, and instead of a drink being poured, you see a part of the door off to the far right just moves inwards.
Just taking everything in, scene by scene.
Mhm.
Trying to take in as much as possible of what is happening.
You see Baz walks forward wordlessly and walks over to where the door had just moved inward, and you see there is a long set of steps heading downwards.
I'll follow along behind Baz. As I choke.
And I think we'll take a break here, guys, and come back to see what's down.
All the way
Right.
down.
There better not be another body of Montagor down there.
Swear to God.
Oh my god.
A
Oh
body
dear.
of Montagor
It's
made out of
actually the
crabs.
doppelganger. He's been broken.
Okay, we'll be back in 15 minutes, so 1:45 the hour. That's all right.
Cool.
Okay.
Good.
Good stuff.
Yeah, we'll be back.
Ah,
Likewise.
Mm-hmm.
let me get a drink for my throat.
He ate